Really paused. Okay, Twitch is determining quality between 0, 1, and 1.
Good sign?
Yeah.
0, 1, and 1.
Same. That's what this draft is gonna go. Doing a post, greatest sin of all.
I run my.
Whatever that counts for. Alright. I think we're all set. Maybe. Yours. Hey! Dup! Thank you so much for the 14 months.
Thank you.
Jesus.
We got some mother heckin' cards going on.
That we do. Classic
Yes,
cards.
Waystone, thank you.
Okay, Waystone is now activated. You may need to refresh the stream to see it. Thank you for the early reminder before we got our butts in gear. You alright with this volume? Alright, I don't give a fuck about any of these cards. I'm taking Inquisitive Crow.
Taking the Crow.
Nothing else really matters. Blade Whirl's good. Trigger
There's
Pistol's
some nice
good.
shadow stuff.
There's
in
lovely
there.
stuff, although the very first pack
But
doesn't
yeah.
tell you anything because it was not touched by any unclean hands. So let's
Yep.
just pick up a
Crow.
crow and hope we get like 5 changey sticks just to make life
Alright.
easy.
Sample
Alright.
shit.
Example is almost
Twice.
certainly... I guess actually it's between Example and Frontier Bard.
Ah, yes, the Bard.
Bard is just very good on its own if you're playing any sort of fire. Example requires you to be in time. I'm still not sure how I, like, view the double influence 2 drops compared to other things. Because they're all pretty good. It's just a question of if... You know, like, if the cost of saying I absolutely have to play time if I'm going to play this is worth, especially on a second pick. So it might just be Frontier Bard here. I've talked myself into it. Alright.
Brawl, Target Caller.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 of these are very strong shadow cards to be passed to us. These 2 in particular.
Yeah.
I think Blade Whirl, or I think Target Caller might be a better, or probably is better than Living Example. Just it's got the 3/2 and Quick Draw is just very, very good.
Howdy.
Might still be the Blade Whirl though. Hello, amazing Fiona. You're just getting started. We got a Crow as our first drop, but it's not looking great for Primal so far.
Yeah.
We'll see. Might just be the Blade Whirl here. Keep an eye out that Shadow seems to be fairly open. Reasonable to move into it. Night of Sorrow is quite good. Hot Blood's quite good. We just get a good old fire-based deck going, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
I might just go for Hot Blood Barbarian. Night of Sorrow would be good if we had been picking both Justice and Shadow, but it's pretty early to commit to 2 factions.
Yeah.
So go with Hot Blood, I think. Get
Alright.
rewarded, I suppose.
Fractal Sentinel. Oh, Grandpacker. Armor.
Alright, like, it's fair to ask about Fiery Fisher there for the interaction, but we're 4 picks in, so I don't really think I have to be shoring up my deck. At least not just yet. Like, honestly, when I have both packs 2 and 3 ahead of me and I'm already liking fire, I can definitely afford to wait to see if any
Yeah,
torches
just go
and
fire
gun downs drop
color.
on me.
Problem solved.
Yep, it's easy. So Charmer is probably the safer pick here. Sentinel is potentially the funner pick.
Ballsy too.
I'm still not like I guess you need a deck that really wants the Refracted Sentinel. But of course when you have it in there, it's gonna be very, very good. I think I might go the Flame Fang Charmer here. Finally pick one of these twos. It is shiny. War Painter's pretty decent. Advanced Scout. Reinforced Baton's fine, but probably not too Justice fine.
Yeah,
so I think it's one of these two.
A lot of amazing.
I could potentially go with that Advanced Scout with the idea that I really hope I can go Skycrag based on the second pack.
Advanced Scout is a decent card.
I think I'm not actually sure whether War Painter or Advanced Scout is better right now. I guess if we're a super aggressive deck, Advanced Scout is better because it gives you flying.
Yeah.
Drifter's pretty aggressive. I like that we are getting like so blue cards passed to us though. That gives us hope that we'll get some decent ones in the pack.
Okay.
Drifter, probably just take Drifter. Important Reader, probably.
Ooh,
Wow,
Sledge.
that is a disgustingly low Ruination Sledge. I don't know how that slipped into our hands there.
Oh, hello, Valkyrie Enforcer and Whirling Duo and Torch and Oni Ronin. What the
Wow,
fuck?
can I just scoop this pack
Sky
up?
Snapper or Eccentric? This whole fucking pack is great.
I'm taking this Torch,
Oh,
but...
god, yeah.
Wow,
Fucking pack.
yeah, I want this, I want this, I want this. Fuck, I'd consider putting this in the deck. Anyway, Helpful Doorbot, there it is.
Keeper.
Yeah, a bunch of, or at least this very pretty good green card dropped to us. They did take the rare, whoever's in front of us.
Yeti Spy.
Yeah, I don't really like Yeti Spy very much.
Probably.
Sort of like Infused Strike is probably the card to go with if we're going to splash Shadow, which we still might do depending on what we get. Reforge is the pick if I'm absolutely doing this.
I wonder if we splash.
I mean, maybe. This is one card, basically.
Yeah.
Like, nothing in the first pack matters for how open it is. This is one card that does it.
And Reforge your...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Reforge definitely needs a few more targets before I really kind of like it. So this is sort of between these two is whichever one I might like more as a splash. I think in general, tricks are just really, really good. We shall see. All right, now we're talking. I want all three of these.
Gun down,
so let's see.
War
I've got
Chief,
1, 2, 3 2-drops. I think War Chief is actually probably pretty decent in draft overall. Like, spells doing +2 damage means that even your bad fire burn spells turn into good fire burn spells. Gun Down is just strong on its own. Yeti Snowslinger's a good 2-drop. And of course, Yeti Snowslinger is, or Iceberg War Chief is a payoff for having a bunch of Yetis.
Yeah.
Maybe the Gun Down here. This is a bit of a tough one. Again, I just want all three of these.
Yeah.
Gun Down's nice. It's just more interaction, and I think we have more of a chance to get 2-drops than to get something as strong as Gun Down, so let's just go with it. Scrant Pound.
Honestly.
Probably just end up taking the Scrant Pound.
Yeah. Barkbot.
Barkbot potentially. Gorilla Fighter does have a place in aggressive decks, and it's certainly looking like we're trying to get something like that going. Sort of an outside case for Rakano Banner, although honestly, there have been decent greens, but not any like tricks, which is what I usually use to as a yardstick for whether green is open or not. How many Finest Hours, Strength of Many's, and Reinvigorates I'm seeing. That's generally what I'm using to determine if green is open or not most of the time.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many green tricks that if people in front of you, they're going to be in your packs, and if you're not seeing them, it's because someone in front of them is scooping them up.
You grab Sparkbot, Gorilla Fighter.
I think it's Sparkbot because I have that Scrap Hound.
Yeah.
Gorilla Fighter is potentially a later pick if I kind of know. Like, I've got nothing on 4 right now, so I wouldn't feel bad taking it, but I think the upside of Sparkbot...
Torch.
Wow, that is so many picks down as a Torch. I think Fire is going to be, like, the vast majority of our cards here.
Torch.
It's a shiny Winter's Grasp, then.
Torch, though.
All right.
Okay, Violent Gust, Yeti.
Gust or Snowcrust Yeti. One thing about Snowcrust Yeti is that it, in a format without weapons, it doesn't have, or like without so many weapons, it doesn't have quite as much to it. Like, even like, so like, you don't feel great putting a Ruination Sledge on a Snowcrust Yeti because it turns into a 5/2, and there's a lot of things that kill a 5/2.
Yeah.
That said, I still think I need to make sure I have enough units, especially if I'm going to go early, and I think having 2 torches and a gun down, I'm kind of set. Like, I don't need to take conditional removal.
Yeah.
If this was the like the Cyclops, I would take that in a second, but it's not. It's just similar.
Yep.
The 4/3 Spark create a snowball.
Yep.
Guy Snapper or a gun down, or even a Granite Waystone. All 3 of these.
Yeah.
Just once again, fuck the rest of this. Give me this pack.
Can I grab all of them? Snapper's super aggressive.
Yep. I mean, I do want to be aggressive, and of course, like I've got this Acquisitive Crow here. So like I'm kind of set as far as aggression goes. Like where you don't want to play it on a Snowcrust Yeti, a Ruination Sledge on a Sky Snapper is just stupid.
Nope.
All right, finally a pack for me personally.
Nothing I care about here. Hi, Rapid Shot.
Audacious Bandit. And it's a pretty low fallen Rapid Shot, but I'm happy to just take a 4 here. Probably doesn't make the deck, but you never know.
Oh, Whirling Duo again.
My. Okay. Wow.
Ghost Clan Hero. Ooh.
So this is fun.
Daring
Pioneer and Clan Hero are both... Like, I think that's what the pick's between right now.
Yeah.
Violent Gust and Island's Intervention are both cards I'm perfectly happy to see, but, like, these two are super interesting because they fill the exact same hole where it's, like, a big 3-drop. This one, a 4/4 in Draft is just so good.
Yeah.
Clan Hero just tends to overperform at, like, everything. I mean, it's important to note that, like, if your opponent has a throwaway spell, they can just use it, but, like, you can also use this to do a lot of disruption, and Draft is not a very spell-heavy format. No. It will basically automatically cast Unseal, technically. Or, not even Unseal, because that hits curses. This is just when it plays a spell, doesn't happen, but also she's dead.
Yeah.
There are good spells that could hit that, but it can also prevent, like, a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you have to be aware that it dies to Seek Power, but,
Yeah.
like, in Draft, Seek Power is a lot less common.
Yeah.
I think just the 4/4 on its stats, rather than a 5/3 that you have to work for, is probably what we want to do here. If we had an Odie Quartermaster, I might think about it a bit more, but I think just having those numbers is good. Having that, like... You know, if someone can get a spell that stops this deck from running well, that can be problematic for it. And this can kind of prevent that from happening. It's a good unit that does other things. Probably just take this Scaly Gruon, don't think about it too much.
Yeah.
Sorry, we already have an Odie Gunright, and it's probably not making the deck.
Yeah.
We keep getting good Justice cards dropped to us on the second pick.
Yeah.
Wow, Polymorph, okay.
Ooh, Polymorph, yes.
Drone is really good, but I think I want, like if I get Polymorph here, that's basically my entire removal suite set.
Yeah.
I do already have 3 things that I could play on one as well. Like, it's a payoff for Scrap Hound or a setup for Scrap Hound, but I think it's not quite worth the Polymorph.
Real good. If it wasn't a Polymorph, oh, Torch.
Oh my god.
Oh, Torch.
Yeah.
Oh, Torch! Oh, shit!
Who even needs to make a deck?
Oh, Seek Power.
Seek Power could be pretty good here. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's... I don't think... Like, Strategize can be good, but this deck is far too aggressive for sure. Now that we're playing a constructed number of torches.
Oh, Jotun Cyclops, Granite Acolyte. Ooh.
This is Cyclops here. We are basically good for 3s right now. 4 is a hole in our curve.
Yeah.
Here's my deck. It's just 20 torches.
It's just a billion torches. Oh, there's a granite
Yeah,
acolyte.
we get the granite acolyte anyway, so that's good.
Unpredictable outlaw, really
Yep.
good.
How are our 2s looking? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we basically just want to fill up on 2s as aggressively as possible.
Okay, powder crag.
How many units do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-ish. So the question is, like, is Powder Keg Rider, which is kind of an underwhelming unit, especially when we don't have the Grenadin support for it, or another gun down. And I might go with another gun down here. This just be removal.deck.
Yeah.
I got a playset of torches.
Only rolling that low. Ooh, Scrap Hound. Oh, very good.
What the fuck? It's foil! This is the second time!
At least there's no
There's even a Master at Arms here!
I know, but we wouldn't take it.
I mean, what I actually want is the Shugo standard.
Yeah.
I'm taking the fucking foil End of Days. So if you were here last week, Pack 4, Pick 1 was a fucking...
Oh, no, it'll be 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, right. Pack 4, Pick 1 was a fucking... God, what is the bad...
Yeah, oh yeah, I know what you mean, but
Premium, Legendary...
Unbreakable Alliance, was that the one?
Yeah, it was Unbreakable Alliance that time. And it was foil, and it was like, well, I gotta take it.
That one we're like, oh, that Master of Arms would have really done our deck, but we have to take it.
Yeah, like, I mean, I really want this Shugo standard, but I have no choice. This is the world we live in. I don't really care about any of these cards. There's good cards in not my colors. The question is basically between Substitute and Gruon Form. I might take Gruon Form. Just because, like, we have so much removal right now that I don't need to take bad removal.
Yeah.
A combat trick can keep something alive when it shouldn't be. So that's fine.
Woo! Okay, there's Rambot.
I don't know if the Caretaker makes the deck, but I might put it in anyway.
Oh,
Too much caps. A welding torch.
Welding torch. Because you want 5 torches, right?
Of course. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16. These and this. Oh, we were at 16 on Sky Snapper? 17, 18, 19,
we're
20,
really good on
21,
units, I
22.
think.
Yeah, we're actually okay. I mean, a lot of these units will get cut, but I can afford to take a welding torch is the takeaway.
Oh, another welding torch. Oh, motherfucker. You want all the welding torches. You want all the torches, right?
Yeah, what if I just put 6 torches in my deck?
All the torches.
What if I just put 6 torches in my deck? I might take Gale Prowler here to just finish the game. Like, I have so many fucking torches. I think I can afford this. Plus, my 3 slot is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 threes. Yeah, I've convinced myself. All torches, all the time. Jesus. Okay, how many 2s? I might take that Hail Shrieker instead, even though Deathstalker's a good card, because this deck needs to play on 2. I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't have 7. Hail Shrieker, though, might make it over, like, poor Important Reader.
We can get rid of that and cheese.
Yeah. There was one other one I hadn't cut.
Yeah, we have a lot of 1s and 2s. We are going real fast.
Now, the other thing is there isn't any other Nightfall in this deck. And Left-Right Darkstalker, like with 3 picks left in the draft, I think I just grabbed the 2 here. Especially because, like, deal 2 damage to the enemy player in a deck this dumb
with 4 torches
is probably reasonable.
2 welding torches. Yeah, you want all
that
the
is the second last pick Core Scavenger. Alright, so we are at
both of them.
27 units, 3 attachments, 12 spells. Those Core Scavengers definitely go. This Gunrite, I mean, it actually got a lot better with Welding Torch, but I think I don't need it. Cliffside Caretaker we'll come back and look at later. The question here is, does Sparkbot stay in the deck? Like, even with the 2 Scrap Hounds. And it is also reasonable to ask if I want to just cut the Scrap Hounds and the Sparkbot on the grounds that I don't necessarily have enough to do with them.
How many power do we run?
This is an interesting question. Overheat's definitely out. 4 fucking torches. Shiver's probably out. I don't think I need to worry about that. Like, as far as less good spells go, Gruin Form will probably do more work for me than Shiver.
Yeah.
Not
with 4 torches and 2 welding torches.
Yeah, Hail Shaker is burned to the dome. So, like, I'm really happy I picked that here because I might not have played the in fact, I probably wouldn't have played the Lethrai Darkstalker in this deck after I had cut the Shiver.
Yeah.
That was the only other thing in my deck.
Nightfall.
This may be 16 power, with the Seek power making it 17 to just sort of smooth everything out. I mean, I think this Cliffside Caretaker may end up going. We'll see. Ah, yes, 19 power.
19
That's
power is
definitely
what I want.
the thing that I need here.
I'm more fire in here.
Currently.
And you do need that.
We have 8 cuts that we need to make right now. Yeah, so like Flame Fang needs 2, Acquisitive Crow needs 2. Acquisitive Crow is a lot better than Flame Fang, but it also costs 1 more.
Yeah.
I think this deck probably doesn't need to burden itself with Sparkbot for the sake of carrying those guys.
Yeah.
As far as air stuff goes, it's basically these 3, and the Gal Prowler potentially. 10 spells probably.
Yeah.
Although some of those spells may end up going, we'll see. All 3 of these weapons stay 100%. I think the Caretaker, this deck doesn't want to be going long enough for the Caretaker to be relevant. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 drops. I think the Portent Reader is also flying, so like strap a weapon on her and she could be good. The Gruon probably not though. Again, we want to be A-spacing with this deck.
More.
Yep, this is where it gets interesting. Oh,
Yeah,
right, the Daring Pioneer is also
the
double.
Hot Blood makes spells tempered.
Oh, Gale Prowler is staying in this deck. This is, like, how we win the game, basically.
The Jotun also makes a snowball.
Yep.
We have lots of ways for spells.
This deck is incredibly spell-heavy for draft.
Yeah, with a crew, everything.
May or may not make a Gruin Form, although I actually sort of like Gruin Form. I might take out 1 gun down. The thing I like about it is that it keeps things alive, like
the Sky
and allows me to just keep attacking in with things.
Yeah.
So I may keep 2 of them. It's just some interaction.
Yeah.
Gun down, the second, like the gun down's an interesting one that I'm not totally sure about. Yeah, like I said, I'm actually really happy I pulled out the Gale Prowler there. This deck can absolutely use it.
Yep.
Let's think. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3 drops. 3 4 drops. 4 fucking torches.
Yeah, I guess the thing about the Portent Reader is that we have better flyers we'd want.
That's sort of the thing. Like, I'm on the edge of cutting the Portent Reader or not, like, because it is just a 1/1 and it needs one of these weapons to be at all relevant, whereas all of my other flyers, like, even a 2/1 is more relevant.
Yeah.
But might cut it. We'll see. Like, it does make another spell for Gale Prowler.
What does the Frontier Buyer do? I always forget what
He's very, very good. Inspire units get overwhelmed. And also, he starts as a 2/4, which is a perfectly acceptable 3-cost stat line, and gets bigger.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
He's a boy.
By the way, also for weapons, we do have the
Oh, yeah, we also have the Acolyte, yes.
And that does stay in the deck. It's fast.
Yep.
It moves quick. So the question here, I mean, gun down just answers a problem.
Yeah.
So potentially Gruin Form is the last cut. Potentially like Drifter's the last cut. Just in the sense that I don't know. Like it's good. I want to be able to play something on one, but it's not vital that I play something on one. And
yeah, like your better ones.
Yeah, exactly. Like Snowcrest Yeti is just Drifter, but also it has Aegis.
Also Aegis, not only run as Drifter, but has Warcry.
Yep. So yeah, it's basically between whether I think I'll get more use out of the Gruin Form or the turn 1 Drifter.
Yeah.
I think if I put it that way, and also when we're considering, I mean, I guess actually, this lies a little bit because we have both the Crow and the Daring Pioneer.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the Drifter. It does go down to 17. Yeah, the 3 my opponent's gonna be baffled about the 3 torches, and then I'm gonna drop the 4th torch on them, and they're gonna friend me very angrily afterwards. Might be Gruin Form. Like, this deck might just want to be attacking and playing new units each time, potentially, and, like, using Tempers as its low-cost interaction. This will be interesting.
Oh, yeah, Tempers. Alright, that's not amazing.
Yeah, I'd probably redraw this for a better starter. This is, like, as a redraw, I can live with this, because it has an answer, and it puts the Sky Snapper in the air.
Yeah. Okay.
That really wants another power.
Yeah, yeah.
This is actually fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the 3 Hot Blood Barbarians actually do quite a lot for it because it makes my deck a lot more flexible.
Seek power
Yeah, no,
too.
this is
yeah,
good.
That's good.
Alright, let's give this a shot. Yeah, this deck has the potential to play 6 torches.
Yeah.
In practice, it'll only be able to play 4
No,
torches.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
because, like, this deck won't get to 7 all that often. But, I mean, a 3-2 weapon for 4 is still pretty gross in a deck this aggressive.
Yep.
I will say that Iceberg Warchief would have been a prescient pick. I don't remember what we took over it. I think it's something we put in the deck anyway, so it's not like it was a waste of a pick. But if I had known that I was going to find 3 more torches afterwards...
Yeah.
Yeah, the Crow will only make torches. Oh, that's the part that's going to fuck him up. I'm going to play a torch on him and be like, you get that from the Crow? Crow can make so much. Crow is such a fucking bomb in this mode.
Yeah.
Like, you get 2 spells off of Crow and you are happy. Crow can do that in 1 turn and then live if your opponent doesn't have things.
Yeah, it doesn't have an answer for.
Yeah, Crow can make Gift of Battle so that you can make even more spells. Crow's good. He makes the funny jokes. Crow is a card that was pretty good in draft before they buffed it from a 2-1 to a 2-2.
Yeah.
And that should probably tell you all you need to know. Wow, that movement is completely different now. Anyway, needs the Primal Sigil. Otherwise, I'm actually pretty okay with this.
Draw like a turn 1, turn 2.
Ideally, a turn 2 would be good. Some sort of 2-drop. Luckily, this deck does have a lot of 2-drops.
Yeah.
We got WTG Mooch. The Mooch. We will almost always want to play this first, or Fire first, because of the Flamefang Charmer. Side note.
Yeah.
Crow was part of some really, really fun Haunting Scream bullshit decks.
Had a really fun Crow.
But yeah, like anything with Berserk, especially something that has an on-attack effect on Berserk, is going to be good. And get any spell ever is kind of ridiculous.
Just keep moving.
Just keep moving, moving, moving.
You know when the guy that does damage to their face every time you do a spell? That was funny.
Yep, Iceberg Hail Shrieker. We actually passed up a few of those. Or at least one of them. WTG Mooch is really considering their lines of play.
Yeah.
That's at least mildly annoying, but I'll... Ooh, Actually. Do it. It won't. So if I had the power in hand, I would pull it out, but I don't, so I won't. I'll probably throw away the Gale Prowler here. So basically, if I don't pull power with my next card, I'd be throwing away the Sky Snapper potentially. I mean, it wouldn't be a guarantee because they would. It would be like a trade potentially, but if they put any sort of buff on it, then I would just lose it for free.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be able to play that and then put the Welding Torch on it to be a huge threat the next turn. I can probably force them to trade here, depending on what they play, by Berserking the Barbarian. Might or might not, though. We'll see. If I pull power and can play the Welding Torch on the Barbarian, and it won't die, then we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Nice of you to re-enter the game.
Yeah.
Okay, they have a fast spell.
Take 3 years to plant.
Okay. Sure. I don't care. I feel like this person is probably on the mobile client doing something else. That could be a fun one. I know I have it. Thank God they at least declare blocks quick.
Our actions become legend.
You could argue I played that backwards, but they would have just blocked if I had played them first.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been able to temper it because I don't have the power for it.
Yep.
If I had the power there, that would have been fun. Oh, that's also
Ooh,
fun.
Hello.
It begins!
Yep.
It is a shame I can't, like, do anything else.
Yeah.
Now, I know that they have, like, something with fast speed. So I may just... I might play the Sky Snapper here instead. Let's see what they do. Sure. So this will get the Rampage out of their hand. And then... That's actually fairly scary.
Yeah, that's
although
terrifying.
the... Oh, fuck.
What?
That was dumb. I could have killed it there. Torch would have gone
torch
off
it.
before
Yeah.
it. Damn, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had to give up one of these.
I didn't realize you could do that.
Yeah, you can use Torch to get under that, basically.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Time
Okay.
heals all.
Ugh. Alright, well, we are being very walled out here.
Yeah.
Nice of you to finally show up. I really want this to be power. I guess it doesn't make that much of a difference. Yeah, that's just the play. I mean, I guess. Herein lies the power of the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was definitely a misplay. We'll see how much
Yeah.
it costs me. Cost me 1 torch so far. When life gives you torches.
We have a score to settle.
Neat, I guess.
Oh.
Alright. So the question now is which of these I play on. Probably the Welding Torch, I think.
Yeah, that puts them out of torch range.
That is true, and they are in those colors. And of course, it puts them on a 3-turn clock.
Yep.
I agree. It was a nice play, WTG Mooch.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Silence me? Please forget. Is it like when you play a weapon on him, he does one? Yeah, whatever. Play a spark on me, I guess.
With this, you can't.
Uh-oh. This I can't miss. Anything I really care about? I mean, Tempered can hit face, yes. Doesn't change the math in any way, though. Oh, calm down. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, we had 2 torches, and by the way, we had 2 welding torches.
Torches and torches and torches and torches. I haven't played my first draft game of the month yet. Hence, going up to there.
I didn't even see our other 2 torches.
Damn, you've got to see these torches.
The crow's mouth is a torch! Any of torch. Okay, so yeah, I have to keep in mind that meant you can blow up.
No, that was more. I was expecting to play up against Rampage there, and I would have actually I was thinking if they play Rampage on this, I'll get under it and do that. When they played out Meditate, my brain sort of it just changed the calculus in my brain. But yeah, I just should have torched it.
And I didn't realize that it only did it for 1 spell.
Yep.
Well, that makes sense. And
Basically, when you're doing back and forth quick spells like that, it is last in, first out.
Okay.
It plays down the entire stack and plays the effects in reverse order, basically.
Okay.
It also means you can take off certain parts of it and then end up in another interaction thing.
Oh, the Oni Ronin.
Oh
but...
God, if one of these were red,
Yeah.
all it would take. All right then.
Hello, Seek Power, Oni Ronin.
And we're
Welding
going first.
torch.
We are on the play, which means that they have to deal with this bullshit. Hello, Mystical Lugia. Ahaka, Mystical Lugi. Alright, we're gonna throw away the Gale Prowler again. Sorry, fam.
Eat steel.
I swear it'll win us at least one game. It's just a very convenient thing to throw away.
Yeah.
Turn 1 Oni, still one of the best.
How can I serve?
Yeah, so they're in. Oh, wow. Well, time to play out the hand, I guess.
You've got a choice to make.
I actually really want a power here
Yeah.
rather than whatever has got 3 war cries on top. Never mind.
Never mind.
I'm good. This is fine.
I didn't even get to see
I didn't even get to
our
see
big
my boy. What a shame.
What a shame.
Yeah, you can have your sigil, my dude. Basically. That's sort of the thing about Copper Hall Porter. You have to know when it's perfectly okay to allow your opponent
Honestly,
to have the
I'm
power.
pretty sure it was their only thing they had.
Oh, almost certainly.
Like,
It's the sort of thing that people get so scared to kill off Copper Hall
yeah.
Porter and give their opponent a bit more smooth power, but when you're an aggressive deck like this, your line of thinking has to be, I don't care. Your line of thinking has to be a space. They won't have time to play the power to make it relevant, since you can only play 1 power a turn.
Yep.
If you know your opponent's stuck on things, that could change the math, but probably not, because if you're aggressive, you're just smacking in anyway and hoping that whatever gets them to 3 power isn't going to kill. Whatever they have in their hand with 3 power isn't going to kill you or stop you. There's something nice and honest about very stupidly aggressive decks. Very straightforward. Do I want it dead? Yes. Hit it very hard. Like, once you could appreciate Raid Leader as a card in Hearthstone Arena, I think you were starting to understand aggressive decks.
Okay.
Yeah, that was perfectly fine. Depending on what they do, we're finally on the draw, which is sad. But depending on what they do, we'll see. Also depending on what I draw here. If it's a Fire Sigil or a Flame Fang Charmer, then we definitely play this. No, doesn't matter. Play this first anyway, because it's not relevant. We don't have any 2s like that cost 2 primal, so we don't really lose anything by not playing that. Question here is, what do we throw away? Might be the Gruin form, I think. Out of everything, like, if they don't play a unit, then I'll definitely just throw down the Grounded Acolyte and Berserk her and yada yada. If they do spend resources to kill her, that's fine too.
Swords, sharp and true.
Swords, sharp and true. So yeah, the question here is, do I play the Frontier Bard and potentially, like, get him up to +4/+4, or turn him into a 4/4, or do I play the Acolyte and, like, super force them to trade? I think I like the 4/4. What this will do is force them to trade, but leave me with a 2/4 on the board, who is also giving all of my shit overwhelm.
Yep.
But each hit that she does, if they choose to allow her to hit, will give him +1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't really have a choice there, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
It's just this is a better body to leave on the board. Ah, I see. You're also in trouble. Alright, so the question now is, do I play the Advanced Scout, or do I play the Daring Pioneer? Or do I just play a sword on him? That is also an option. I think Advanced Scout makes my board a bit better. And if they're forced to burn a torch on it, then that means that she doesn't die to the torch, and that's fine. Okay, they don't have a torch, so we're in pretty fucking good shape here. Sounds like you're having a bit of trouble right now, friendo. I get the feeling that they need something else.
Oh, hi. Yeah?
Play out the Pioneer here. Like, fuck getting 4 power.
Yeah?
Sounds like their hand is just, you know, not great.
Yeah, not functional.
Boy, we have run into, like, several people whose hands could not keep up with this.
Yeah.
Alright then, I guess we're 3-0 now. Spent more time in queue than in game. Ugh, throwing back beer tonight. Question is, do I get the last Poliner that's in the fridge? Don't know. I might. We'll have to go buy beer before Monday. Gotta drink for anime night. It's the only way you get through it. That and, like, I haven't been out of beer in the house since, like, before we got married, because
There's a shit ton of
there's
beer
a ton of
left
beer
over.
left over from the wedding. I'm pretty sure my parents still have a crate of
Probably.
Pauliners, so I could probably go and grab that at some point, but definitely buy some stacks. Honestly, I don't drink all that much, so the beer that I have tends to last for a while.
I don't drink at all.
Yep. Yeah, so I can
I'm
get
a
whatever
square.
I want.
I'm a complete and utter square.
Need to ask if my local beer place ever gets Cape May Brewery, because I know they're pretty good. They're in state, so like, might. They're just, you know, on the opposite end of the state. Little nub end of New Jersey. Game's easy when your opponent never plays cards. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, we're getting them good wait times. I think just because my MMR is quite high. Like, even though we're in silver, the game clearly thinks more highly of us than
Something
that.
towards the beer fund.
Thank you so much, Machiavellian
Thank
Garfield.
you.
I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
it. It's got everything I
Yeah.
need, and nothing that I don't. Odds are I end up putting this Ruination Sludge on the Drifter and trying to use the Gruin form and the Torch to keep him alive. However, if we pull the second fire, like if that's the top card of our deck, then that's good too. Like this hand has so many options in it, is the thing. If we weren't going first, I might not have kept this. Alright. Probably just blow a torch there. The other option is like Gruin form or something, which I might keep open for that, because it allows me to hold the torch. Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, there's no way, yeah.
It is kind of annoying because if we do pull that third power, it makes our turn a bit more awkward, but it's not the worst thing. Getting rid of the Oni Ronin is the most important thing here.
Yep.
Proud to serve.
Are you really, though? Yeah, so this is the risk of keeping a 2-power hand. You're gonna let this through. You really should have. Yeah, like the problem is I can't throw the sledge down.
We've redrawn a 2-power hand.
Okay, good. They're stuck on 2-power too. We've won this game. Question now is Flame Fang Charmer or Frontier Bard. I think I like, like a Ruination Sledge. And I think I like Sledge more just because it lets us keep attacking. And they're stuck on 2-power, so like you fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
If they have a fast spell in hand, good on them. That is definitely the beat for this.
Has to be. It's a 1-power one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're Injustice, and that has a few of those.
Yeah.
That said, I do feel like they'd have played it by now. Yeah, buddy. It'll only get us 1 shot in for now, but that's okay.
Strength be with you.
Lord. I might take the 2-for-1 here, especially because I don't really have much else to do. Because, I mean, they'll take the trade here, and it kills both of these.
Put the bard down first.
Yes! That makes it even more that they want to trade this. They have a lot of cards, which is worrying. I'm definitely not doing amazing on the gas front. Like, I just didn't pull the stuff to help me go. And they got just enough to hold me off there and make my turns awkward.
Yep.
Which was always the risk. Ooh, I like it, because I'd rather do damage to their face than trade units.
Yeah.
That's sort of the thing. Like, them trading both of those would actually have been the worst case scenario for me. Okay. That's either trying to kill off that guy or get a spark, and I'd rather keep him. Okay, that's trying to get a spark.
With
No?
precision.
Alright. Lovely. So now it trades 1-for-1 with that, but that can give lifesteal, so I don't really want to deal with that. So I probably just play out the advance, like attack in with this guy, trade in with that, and play out the advanced scout and hope that finishes the
your
game.
Frontier Bard as well?
That is a fair question. Interesting that they attacked in with the 1/1. I think all the damage I can get in. Good, they're at 0 power, so I don't care. So yeah, like you want the 3 attack from the bard there because that turns that into a 5-turn clock.
Yeah. Plus, it makes your boy very big.
Yep. Well, he does when he hits face, it doesn't do anything.
No, I mean when your flyer hits face. Anyway.
Yeah, that'll happen. No. I can't really afford to take the damage, but if I could get a cheeky, audacious bandit out, I wouldn't be mad.
You can feel them beneath the...
Just keep moving.
Just keep moving,
Keep moving.
The question is now what they can put down. That's kind of going to determine.
Mercy isn't really
That ain't
my
great.
strong suit.
Ooh, yeah, that's a problem.
That's good, though. Very good. Now we just need some spell. Unfortunately, they have spells.
Yeah.
Don't care about that so much. They decide to attack in with her. It's not great. Basically ruins their defense. Yeah, so this is the issue that I have.
Yeah.
That
Peace
they can
is its
keep
own reward.
playing 2/1 deputies. And piss is its own reward. We may end up losing this if I don't start pulling things that do anything.
Yeah, like spells.
Yeah, basically.
Or a weapon to put on her.
Yep. Maybe we're probably looking for tribute there. I don't know, though. I mean, basically, this. If I can get in the air, I'm going to win this game. If I can't, then I'm going to lose this game.
Yeah.
Actually, drawing power with this 0 power deck is not helping,
Yeah.
I admit.
You doing power?
How can I
What I
serve?
need is a torch. I could accept a welding torch, though.
A torch, welding torch, anything.
Although I would want 1 more
my
power before I
God.
get the welding torch. So now at least welding torch goes on him, torches their face, does much damage.
Yeah.
Just a lot. Like honestly, if they keep wasting their stuff like on making deputies,
Peace is its own reward.
they're going to be in a lot of trouble. How much do I care? Not really. I'm at 22 health. Yeah, and they have a fast trick. Bigger thing. Yeah, like the more they keep doing that, the happier I feel, because this deck has 6 things that'll cast Torch. And that ain't one of them.
I'm one of them.
Unfortunate.
He's big, so we put him down, but...
Yeah. Like, at some point, I just end up playing the Bandit if I get another dead draw. That sucks. I need a Torch very bad now.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like, Welding Torch or Torch solves so many problems.
Half our power.
Not quite as planned.
When I pull one of my 6 torches, you're a dead motherfucker. Fortunately, I don't have anything with 5. I guess I'll just trade this guy away to their finest hour. Ah, this game's done. Jesus. Oh, we wouldn't have won this anyway. Alright. Damn. Awful draw there.
Yeah, any one of our billion spells.
Any of our torches. There are...
That
I
Hot
missed.
Barbarian like 3 turns earlier.
Yeah, that also would have done it.
And we have a lot of spells.
Yeah, and
none of them came through. We
that
got
would have been
half
great.
our power base
Yep.
instead on a 2-power hand.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't draw any of the 6 torches.
Yeah.
Yeah, the part where we drew, like, 3 power in a row.
Yeah, that was...
When,
that
like,
was
any
it.
sort of gas could
Any
have done
gas
us.
would have maybe gotten us over that line.
Yep. Yeah, it was mostly down to, like, them getting more flyers than we got torches.
Yeah.
I might... Wish I was going first, I admit. Although I wish that in most circumstances. Like, the fact that she can just create a, temper out of one of these is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's good enough, though. That's a close one. This ended up being a lot better.
Hi, Bird.
Hi, thanks for everything. I have to play the Sky Snapper first here, incidentally. Because it baits out their removal, and this is much, much better.
Yeah.
I may even play the Frontier Bard first, although then it's sort of like keeping this until turn 5 or so, but even that might be good enough. Like, you really want to just drain their hand of every type of removal it might have. Would have been nice to get a play there, but I think I might get by on this. I mean, so basically I think this is Sky Snapper, then Frontier Bard, then Acquisitive Crow. With a potential polymorph if they play something scary enough.
Yeah.
We'll see. Ugh, they're thinking about things.
Oh, no.
That's bad. Hate it when people do that shit.
Yeah, we'll see
They
what
are
we
in
do
some
at the
pretty flying
snapper.
colors.
The ice is deep here.
That's at least a little annoying, but I think we outrace it. In particular, the Bard can then just start blocking it. Assuming they don't kill this off. I haven't seen them echo, so I know that they don't have a snowball in their hand yet. An Advanced Scout would be mildly annoying here.
Back off.
That's mildly annoying, actually.
Okay.
That's alright, though. It does slow me down, which ain't great. Didn't get a draw off that first one, which is good.
Okay. Bard down there?
That is an interesting question. I think I still want to put the Sky Snapper back out and then play the Bard and the Hail Shrieker next turn. We'll see. And I think that if I hold the Crow for as long as I can, I probably win this. Like, just to make sure that they have nothing good in their hand to kill it off. If they keep spending removal on the 3-1, that's also fine. What are you gonna do? Play the fucking teleport shield? You can. It costs 5.
Teleport.
Crow on 4 is also fair. I just feel like I haven't seen enough from their hand to be like to feel safe about it. I mean, it's worth noting Crow plus Bard in front of it is pretty good too. Okay, so I guess I have a 6-cost Crow now.
Yeah, whoops.
No, I don't care. I have 6 power in hand.
Yeah.
Again, I was slow playing the Crow anyway. They may also do it to this. Yeah. Which I'm not sure I agree with their decision making there. Still haven't drawn a spell. Staff of Speed's very good, for the record. I mean, the nice thing is I can turn that into a frog with endurance if I care. Question now is, do I play the Crow now, or do I play the Frontier Bard now? I might play the Crow out. It feels like if they had removal for this, they would. This will get interesting, I would say. Like, the nice thing about this is I can still put the Bard behind the Crow.
Yeah.
And even play, like, out the fast spells, assuming I don't kill it off. It could mean they have something for the Crow, but at this point I might as well just call their bluff on it. The nice thing is that the Frontier Bard can also just kill this off, potentially. We'll see what we do. They do probably have a Gruon form, though. They may just Zerg me down here, unfortunately.
You can Gruon form protect.
Yeah.
Our actions become legend.
Okay. Can we use it even though it's not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any created cards get stuff, or get their influence requirements removed. That's why it's grayed out here and gone down here. The Hail Shrieker was a mistake, but now they're scared. That's gonna pay off for me. Which is actually really fucking funny.
Sabotage.
This is interesting. I know they have a fast spell. I could either hesitate it or sabotage it. I think what I do is hesitate it, because that will force them to play this in and trade, and I want that, I think. Sabotage just gets rid of it, though. I think they attack in regardless, because they have to kill me. Alright, let's see what it is. Teleport, okay. Dwindle draws them a bunch of cards, but teleport kinda that. Teleport's an interesting one. Like, I don't really care if they draw a bunch of cards, because I've got 5 damage in the air.
Yeah.
I'm gonna polymorph this, so if they do attack in with everything, that's fine. Yeah, like, I'll take 6 damage here, but I don't care about that. If they really want to not attack... There we go, yeah. Did finally get a draw off that. I don't care. Probably should have played that first. Got a little more damage in on me.
Yeah.
Alright, this is gonna get fun.
Yeah.
I will have the Hesitate held up, or whatever other spell I get from it. I guess the question is also if I play the Outlaw and the... yeah, instead of doing the Polymorph. Get lethal. That is a fair line of play here. It does leave the Hesitate
it gives
open.
You a snowball and...
This is a 3/3, which means it'd like trade, although I guess I also have the Lockhorns to make her trade with it.
Yeah.
So, I think this is correct. Getting the snowball right now, building a bigger board to stop them from hitting me,
Yeah.
and then saving the Polymorph for something more threatening, like a flying unit, for
Yeah.
example. 1, 2. Alright, so I'm still at 4 health, and I'm doing 5 damage a turn with 1 extra damage in hands. This guy is nice. If they just play 1 unit here, I think I win. They do have 5 cards in hand. That Swindle did do them good, gotta say.
Just
Enemy
don't
spell.
look down.
Ooh, that's fun.
This city will burn.
Yeah, that's 1 extra damage.
Oh, you
Ooh.
can torch thing. You can make a bag and do a torch. What do you do?
This is a fun question. So we can play Torch here, which is really good. If I put it on him, if I put it on a bird, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm 1 power short of lethal specifically.
Yeah.
So I think I hold this. Oh, this gets so fun. They died at Nightfall. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yes.
Yeah.
It's mostly if they have, like, a response to this, and then I'm dead. So, let's pray.
And not Jotun?
It doesn't really matter.
It's got overwhelm. I know only
They
double
have
block.
5 health, yeah.
I mean, it was like, oh.
That was what I was worried about. If I had all attacked in there, I would have been dead. They had 3 power up.
Snap back, yeah.
This is where it gets fun.
If we have...
The spirits speak it so.
Thing is, we have the gift of battle to give Jotun.
No, to give the Sky Snapper.
Ah, yes.
If they don't put something
Because
else in the air,
we'll
we just win.
snowball that out. Ah!
Fuck! Okay, we lose.
We lose.
Game's done.
Yep.
Damn! Oh, that was so close.
So close. If we had 1 more power, we could have, like, negated that. Ouch. Okay, well, we can snowball the 1/1 out of the air, and then...
God damn it!
We can't, no.
Ah,
we've
no,
got 4,
nothing we
we've
do
got
makes us
4
live.
damage as well to face, you know?
If we... No, we have 3
yeah,
damage
3
to face
damage
because we
to
don't
get
have the power
torch,
for it.
yeah.
If we had the ability to play both of these, we could have killed off both their sources of damage. Oh my god, we lose, is what we do.
Well, if we snowball that out the air and then put the 4/4 down...
Yeah, that does at least keep us in it.
You'll never catch me alive.
And then we have negate for
Yeah, we have
spell.
hesitate to blow up any potential spell they do. If they can make it night, the game's just done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pioneer, Snowball, and Prey. There are 3 cards that could be night.
Yep, there we go.
That does it. Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah, if they just have any sort of
Yeah,
spell,
that was
we
spell,
also lose.
yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like, the hesitate doesn't get us there.
Nope.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Ah, that's annoying.
That's
We
really
had that
annoying.
game so many ways,
We
and they
did.
warped off the top for lethal,
Yeah,
like to kill us
yeah.
off there. Damn, if this deck goes 3-3, I'm gonna be
I
disappointed.
know.
This deck is way too good to go 3-3.
Yeah. It always sucks to go from 3.
That too. Losing 3 games in a row will never not suck. But we haven't lost 3 games in a row yet. That game too was just fucking knife's edge. I do wonder if there was a line of play that would have led to victory there because it is that close. That wasn't one of those no matter what I did, nothing would have mattered kind of things. If I had played the bird earlier, I might have had a better chance. They were able to just catch our early aggression so well. It's also like there's a case to be made for not berserking the crow immediately so that when you put a weapon on it, you're threatening like 10 damage.
I didn't have a weapon.
But it's always like, if you can afford to wait, it's a good thing. I was just always worried that they would kill it off and I wouldn't get the double spells. It's an interesting one.
Oh, that's...
Doesn't matter. Completely irrelevant. You need to never
yeah.
think about it.
That's good.
So this is interesting, whether I want the crow, like the power for the crow, or the power for the flame
Depends what we
fang
draw
charmer.
in the next turn or two.
Ah, we're not pulling power next. I think I want the crow, because I can play her.
Yeah.
And I think that's important as well. Plus, if I guess we'll see what happens from here, but I'll keep my options open by playing power, but I will pull the primal.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
High illumination risk.
Okay. Well, we do have the primal sigil, or we do have the polymorph to get that out of the way of the crow. And we also have, the welding torch to play on the crow.
Yeah.
That's basically that's like why I chose, because we had the welding torch in hand. All right. They'll let this through. The next turn, we probably welding torch it and just berserk in, like unless they play something that makes me not want to do that.
Yeah.
We hope they don't hold up power. Good. Okay. Yeah. Next turn, we do 10 damage to their face, or 5 damage and kill a unit, and also gain 2 1-cost spells.
Yeah.
Which is just lovely. Hey, you spent all your power. That's cool.
Ooh, hello.
That's also cool.
That's a very, very good,
Yeah, no, that's kind of what you want. In pretty much all situations here.
They call to me.
Thirsty Umbran. Alrighty.
Hi.
So at this point, I probably just torch out of the way and
Yeah.
beat him up. Yeah, I would say we have a pretty high chance of winning this game. The question is if I all attack in, and I think I do with the Finest Hour behind
Yeah,
it. Like, just kill off their board completely. Don't give them any chance. Oh, God.
Hello.
That should hopefully be the game. God, at this point, do I even care? I'd rather they not have that, because that can become a flyer. So that's the thought process.
It murders a board. It murders
Yeah,
their
exactly.
entire
Clear off
board.
their board that they spent so much on. PvP games with a fire deck.
Nice.
Didn't even know that was a Chibo.
There you go.
Alright, well, we're at least going 4-3
That's
here.
nice. That's
The wins-
I'm very thankful about that.
Yeah. The wins that this deck gets tend to be overwhelming.
Fast and, yeah, that's the thing. I think the last one, the ones we've lost, we got bogged down. I think
We got
that's
bogged
the-
down. I mean, honestly, that last game, we were absolutely in that the entire
Yeah,
time. They
yeah.
just happened to catch us quite well.
Yeah.
And they were saved by that warp off the top. I would also say that if we had an Entangling Vine, like if we had been offered an Entangling Vines when I was committed to Skycrag, I absolutely would have taken it in this deck.
Yeah, perhaps
Entangling
the thing to do
Vines
would have been to get rid of their draw card, because I think that drew them a lot of stuff.
It certainly did. I mean, you can't really be scared of that. I mean, I
Yeah.
remember it drawing once. I don't know if it drew more than that.
It drew enough to get them their big boy. It gave them a really big boy, which got us really
That is
low.
true. Like, they did a lot of
Um,
damage that one
yeah.
turn with the, 8/8. I mean,
Which
that was
really
also...
was low.
Part of that was that they
I mean,
played
we
the
couldn't
Swindle.
have seen it coming,
Yeah.
but yeah, they got a lot with that boy. They got a lot of damage in, and they
Yeah.
drew a lot of gas. For
It's
yeah.
it's interesting. Like, you also... It's still worth asking if I would have wanted to play the Sabotage there or the Hesitate.
Yeah.
But I think them with the Swindle in their hand, they might have just played the Swindle anyway.
Yeah, they probably would.
Which is the
yeah.
interesting thing. But then the Hesitate would have gotten rid of that, and they would have had more cards. There are so many lines of play that game could have had. That was a really, really good game.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
so much so that we're talking about it 2 games later.
Yeah, I think the Swindle was actually a big
huge.
turning point for.
They got so much value off of that Swindle,
Yeah.
even without drawing the 3rd card.
Yeah. Because they also drew a card from her.
Yep. Yeah, they attacked in with her and drew a 3rd card there anyway.
Yeah.
Hello, Tomby, 2002. Fuck!
I know, it's so close.
That's so good.
It's so close.
That hand is so good. That's the shit we like to see. Alright, the question here is, do we show them we have a torch or not? I think the answer is no, because it's not like we have do on turn 2 anyway.
Yeah.
If we only Ronin, then we get a torch and we torch their thing then. Like, if there was a 2 in this hand, I would absolutely have put fire up to leave the torch open. For now, I won't tell them I have a torch. Because if they don't play anything, then I'm good. And suddenly...
Die with honor.
Die without her. Okay, they have a finest hour. Good to know.
Yeah.
Lovely.
No?
What are you gonna do? Teleport me? So now we torch out of the way whatever they put down, if they put anything down in the air. Hopefully it costs them 3 if they do.
I stand ready.
So then... Well, I just gun that down when I hit 5s.
Your
Yes.
sword,
Play a fucking Valkyrie Militant or some shit. I dare you. Don't play an Archive Curator. That would be at least mildly annoying. Take it. Yeah, because they have the finest hour anyway, so just
Yeah.
a torch and a unit.
Ah,
That is annoying.
that's a problem.
Not the worst thing. It does stop our inevitable win condition, though. Yo. Right. It's not.
One power.
1 power green. What's the new 1 power green spell? If that was a finest hour, you absolutely take that there to not take about 1 billion to the face.
Yeah.
The shadow's influence lingers.
Yeah, alright. I guess we win this. I don't even care what else they play. Arcane Defenses is one. If it's 1 cost, then I guess it's that. But then I feel bad that they have that in their deck.
Favorable winds today.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like it's like Arcane Defenses is so bad. Is the main reason. Could be a detain. Could be a detain.
How can I serve?
But yeah, like that's the kind of question that we're asking at this point. Well, that technically keeps you alive. I will grant you that.
Yeah.
Now they pull out the Shadow Sigil and Dark Return him and start getting that Mondo value.
Yeah.
No, we don't win if that's Arcane Defenses. Now we win. It's fucking Protect!
I wonder what it was.
We'll never know. Boom!
Woof.
This deck just, like, every
Booms,
win
it
has been a
booms.
roll.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
My friend wanted to steal the 2 torches and the 2
Yeah,
welding
Protect
torches.
is 2 matter.
And they were like,
It's 2 power.
Yeah, it's 2.
I know.
Yeah, we were joking. Protect!
Protect! Damn.
Ooh.
If there was a unit here. This deck can't really afford to take turns 1 and 2 off.
Yeah. Ooh, that's nice.
Works though. I want something I can actually play on too, because they're probably not gonna play. Live with this though.
Just keep moving.
I don't think I care enough to torch that. Question is if I give up the 1 cost for the cost, and I think the answer is yes. Yeah, I figured they let it through anyway, and that's fine.
Favorable winds today.
I've got torch whenever anything like if they play a Ruination Sledge on it. Yep, probably a finest
Be
hour.
redeemed.
Ah.
Okay, well that makes my life easy.
Goodness, I wish you got anything other than power. Oh, scout. Yep.
That's staying there.
Hammer's good.
Hammer!
Hammer.
Jump! Fire! What are you gonna do? Spark me?
To me!
That's adorable. Well, they haven't
wait,
put
do you play
anything in the
Ruin?
air yet.
Or
They don't have any.
what run?
Kill an attachment.
Oh, okay, yep. Yep.
Have you considered the good word of the god Ace Base?
Yeah.
Damn. I should have let them do that. Oh, it didn't do it. Perfect.
You just gonna let them kill it?
Yeah. Like, I could save it, but I could also get +1 extra damage on this guy. Like, they just spent a finest hour on that, basically. I can use Goron form to save him.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Like, they're getting +2 war cries. I'm going to...
Yeah, the Goron form wouldn't have killed it.
Yeah,
so,
that's
yeah,
the thing.
Yeah.
It would have just been to keep the 2-1 alive. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so if we live for another turn, then we're set. Question is, you know, that. So suddenly life gets a lot harder. To the point where I probably have to torch this now, unfortunately. And I think we're actually quite favored to lose this unless we pull a Crow or a Sky Snapper.
And even big as well, to be honest.
They're low on cards, I'll give them that.
Your sword, Vegeta.
Does at least play. Holding this in case we want to turn it into a whatchamafucket. 3. Neat. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Oh, it's all problems. Oh, there's a
Well,
solution.
that's a solution.
I feel like the fact that we have 4 torches has really been an outright factor in this.
Yeah.
Surprisingly so. I mean, the fact that we have 4 torches has made us drawn torches, so like that's a thing.
It doesn't say.
It does. It does 4 damage.
Oh, 4 damage, right.
It's a question of if I
5
want
cost.
to save
Yeah,
it. And I think
you
I do.
'cause,
I don't have anything else right now.
Yeah.
Plus, they spent 5 mana and we spent 2 getting rid of it, so... They're also at 8 health now, and we play a unit out.
And there was no guarantee we were going to
Okay,
get
that is
unit,
a spell.
So.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that's a fast spell. I know this is an Inquisitive Crow. Woo! We're not out of the woods yet, but... Oh god.
That's a problem.
That's a huge problem.
That's a big problem, but you...
No.
You,
There's nothing I can do here. 3 health is just too much of an issue. I can't afford to throw my Crow away.
ah, shit! Damn it! Damn it! So fucking close!
I'm not dead yet. We're probably dead, but we're not dead. Like, the fact that they're attacking in with this is quite good for us.
Yeah, stop.
That sucks,
That's
though.
bad.
That sucks.
Dark. Oh,
Good.
Yeah.
That's just lethal.
Yeah. This deck has too many torches.
All right.
And the
All right.
And the crow was like, you know what this deck needs?
I need a moment before we take on this final boss,
You know
and we
what
will
this
do
deck-
another draft.
You know
I need
what
a
this
moment.
deck needs? It needs more torches. We don't have enough torches in this deck.
Thank you.
Bird.
Thank you, Civil Twilight. I know. That made, with those 2 torches, that made 8 torches in the deck. Which is, a lot. Oh, what a crow, what a crow, what a bird. Ooh. It was really ballsy of them to attack in with that crow, the Silver Wing Familiar.
All right.
It was
Final
really
boss
ballsy
time.
of them to attack in with their bird.
It was fairly
I know
ballsy.
why we did it. Absolutely why they did it, but yeah, The crow did it
It
first.
gains them 5 health, but the fact that we have an Acquisitive Crow on the other side means they do not want to give it double chances to stop things. Like, the only reason... in almost all cases, I think you should be attacking with your life gain unit, because that's exactly the same as blocking. However, in this particular case, and with the Aegis on the bird, they almost definitely wanted me to, they almost definitely wanted to hold it up so I couldn't attack in with the bird.
Yeah.
I'll also say, holding power probably won us that game, because if I played them out aggressively, they would have known I had nothing in my hand.
Yeah.
Side note.
God, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
we didn't really
thank you for clipping that.
We absolutely did not need power. Our deck is...
Yeah. That was the thing. Once I'm at 5 at this deck, I'm comfortable.
No.
This is not 5, though.
Love those 2 torches, but no.
2 torches that I can't even play. Alright, Drifter. Snapper's
Polymorph.
good.
Okay.
We need some more stuff, but
We need
this is
more
at least the
gas,
makings of a
but
good
yeah.
hand. Like, we can do something on turn 1, and that feels good in this deck.
Yeah. It was absolutely the best. With this deck, 100% the best.
of progress.
The Spice of Progress. Probably. I mean, it's flying, so, like, I'm going to blow it up with to get rid of the Sky Snapper no matter what.
Yeah,
So, like, no reason not to do it here. It's one of those things that you have to consider.
Oh, there was a bad word in the clip title. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, when there's Kappas in the clip title. Also, wow. Incredible. This is interesting. I think I need to keep developing, especially because Polymorph doesn't get it. They're gonna get 1 draw. I'm going to Polymorph this next turn.
Yeah.
So they're gonna get 1 draw to get something to give endurance. But the bonus that it gives endurance will go away when it turns into a frog.
Yep.
Or when it torches.
Yeah.
2 chances to draw a torch, baby.
That's nice.
Is nice. Okay, we play the Seek Power first to hide the fact that we have power, and then I polymorph the 1/3 because I don't really want them to keep having that. I mean, I guess the other thing is, like, if I think I can just get through, then I avoid doing it, but I'm kind of committed at this point. Like, I would have wanted to play the Gale Prowler if that was the line of play I was going to take. I think I actually should have played the Gale Prowler there.
Yeah,
Oh well.
with the spell, actually.
Especially because I could have also gunned it down. Like, I would have been giving them 2 extra draws to get endurance units, but I don't think that's going to be relevant here. Like, if they play a flying unit, it's going to take a gun.
For those who cannot.
Ah.
That's a flying unit, as far as I'm concerned. Also, this fucking thing?
Yeah, that's a combo right there.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
That's fine. I am now so far beyond this. Wow. Okay, here's the question.
Burger Bandit.
They haven't played something with more than 5
flawless
health.
escape.
So it's time for another flawless escape. This is so greedy.
I stand.
And honestly, I still attack in with them. What are you gonna fucking do?
Bird.
I play out the bird here, unfortunately. They can't really afford.
Bird.
Hello, it's Bird.
Yeah, hearing the people is the everything target.
You can do this.
Ooh, they get endurance. That can attack in 3. Now it's a Town Watchman with endurance, which is cool.
Yeah.
Ideally the crow wins us the game.
Yeah.
You know, in a perfect world.
Put the Prowler down.
Yeah, put the Prowler down because that, you know, this.
Yeah.
I do it after I see what my spells are, though.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do 2 here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Want as many things for this Gale Prowler, which Training ground's good. I have no idea what the other one is.
Caleb's intervention. It does a lot of things.
Ah, okay. I can definitely win as it, right?
I think this is gonna be
Give it
lethal.
+2 and overwhelm, plus its bonus and flying and the crow in the air.
Here's the fun part where they keep 4 power up.
Mm-hmm. Entrapment?
Yeah.
Throw a unit down. Not a flying unit.
I mean...
I
Oh! The concede!
and welding torch, right? Shits.
Yeah, I'll keep that. Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Woo! Alright! Thank God! This deck deserves this! You cannot have a deck with 4 torches and 2 welding torches and have it not go 7!
Jesus. Well, that was fun.
Woo! What a fucking roller coaster that was.
That was exciting. That was an adventure. Alright, well. We paid in gems, but got our money back anyway.
Yeah?
And we got a fucking oil legendary too.
Yeah.
So that's good.
What is Derry Kathleen Ripclaw Rider?
Does a bunch of things.
Also
She's a lady on a
spell.
dinosaur.
She's a lady. 3 give +4
so
and overwhelm.
the-
2 more spells in the
The buried lead here is that you do see the spell. Like you see every spell in their hand when you cast this. So like this is sort of a scout on the enemy's hand, and then she can become a 4/4.
It wasn't a good one, was it? It was,
No.
It was a time one?
It's
what's
the
the bad
the one with
time one?
Talir coming out of the time hole. Anyway, we're gonna take the Xenon Life Speaker. For the
End of
record.
Days, that's
Yeah.
it.
It was this one. Yeah, exactly. Derry's good in draft, but she's no Life Speaker. Like, you can basically look at these two as if they're the same card, because this also becomes, like, she becomes a 4/4 with Overwhelm. She becomes a 4/4 without Overwhelm, but also she gives everything fucking life steal.
Speaker, Peacekeeper's
Anyway,
Helm.
Peacekeeper's Helm's very good, Blade Whirl's very good, but there's no world where we're not
that
taking a Life Speaker
is
here.
Incredible.
Um,
Okay, Helm,
oh God,
Guard
wow.
Dog,
We are
Temple
all...
Standard, Parma.
Yeah, so let's see. We've got Linebreaker's Shield.
Yeah.
We've got a Good Dog. We've got
Good Dog,
Peacekeeper's
yeah.
Helm. We've got Sandglass Parma.
We got the Good
Hell,
Bird,
we even have
though
Temple
he's
Standard.
Even the slightly nerfed Good Bird.
Yep. Linebreaker's Shield is like one of the few 2-color cards that I might consider just going straight into. Honk.
Honk.
I may go Linebreaker's Shield here, kind of see what we got.
Yeah.
Whoever's in front of us took the rare, so not much information there. Basically, like, I think these two were safer picks, and it'd probably be Guard Dog this earlier, but Linebreaker's Shield is so good that it's hard to say no to.
Fearbinder.
We've got
Woo!
Fearbinder, which is probably a decent card in draft.
There's a Wisp. who's
The
always
Illumination
good.
Wisp, I think, is the pick here.
Very good boy. Nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my big dino boy, but
I will say these three all together, or at least these two together, make an okay case for Shadow, which is good if we're playing the Life Speaker.
yep.
I think right now is Illumination Wisp.
Yep.
Yeah, End of Days Tribute actually plays them out, so it ramps you a ton.
Nothing here I love.
Yeah, so let's see. We've got Hail Shrieker. Got
Breath,
Spore Breath is a thing. I might just take the 2/2 here, see if we're ending up leaning into the Like, because the other thing about it is that if we even end up in one of these colors, it's potentially worth splashing the other one.
Yeah.
So it looks like Justice is probably out right now.
Yeah.
But if we can kind of lean that should be fine. I mean, this deck is all over the place. Rotor Cycle is definitely happening
this
here.
pack is not...
This pack has not given me any signals.
Armor.
Yeah, there's like Subterranean Sentry here. There's Cliffside Caretaker, which is okay. Yeah, it normally just puts them straight into your hand rather than playing them, which is much, much slower.
Yep.
Now, granted, I don't know if there's any decks that have End of Days in them, so I couldn't really tell you too much.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit of work to even get the mediocre effect that it is.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, like I'm seeing some light time signals here. I'm not really seeing too much else.
Sheriff Hat's nice.
That's potentially
not
okay.
as good as it was.
The Sheriff's Hat at 3/3 was just busted.
Yeah. Completely. I'm not
Honestly,
really...
nothing else here stands out to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Agreed.
none of these cards would even be good if I was really in them, except
No.
maybe Flame Fang
Yeah.
Charmer, and we've already discussed that.
Yep.
So we'll see. Herbalist is good.
Yeah.
It looks like Time is gonna be the backbone, at least of this pack. Snowfort Trumpeter's pretty good.
yeah.
Denial's also quite good, but I think just going more units is fine.
Yep. Arma.
Arma's good. Probably just take the Gruin form here.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Disrupt is not actually all that bad. They're like, with just a silence for 3 in draft isn't the worst thing in the world, but... Vodacon staff. You know, for all those times, you're at 8 power in draft.
Yeah,
Let's see. Boy.
Okay, this draft is our punishment.
Clearly. There's like an off case to be made for Xenon Banner in case we want to go in the Life Speaker. I think it might be too early for that because we don't know what cards we're picking out of
I
this
don't really
one.
like any of these.
Might be
any
Wild
good?
Rider. I'm actually okay with Wild Rider because it does feel like we're almost certainly like we're potentially playing it.
Yeah.
And there isn't anything in Time that I'm like, to just yet. So like Wild Rider's perfectly okay as a 3.
I hate
Jesus.
Cleaver.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Archive Curator.
This is probably a
Neutral
Curator.
Keeper.
I want this Slay. I want this Oathkeeper. I want this Recycler. All for colors we're not in.
Yeah.
Like... Someone did drop a
Initiate with
Slay and
Silence is
shit
nice,
to us.
too.
Initiate's also good, but Curator's better.
very good.
Yeah, Premium Slay, baby.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. They even passed up the rare and for... They even passed up Slay for not the rare there. They passed it up for one of the uncommons, which is fascinating. Slay's foil, but yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. So like, yeah, this is giving some mild justice signals. Potentially worth considering. We
Yeah,
end
the
up in a
Archive
Combre
Curator
deck,
and the
but like
Wisp are very good times.
Curator is
And the Initiate
basically the card like that is going in this deck no matter what
Predator's
direction it goes
Instinct,
in.
nice. Humble Instructor's nice. Oh, it's like this early with no idea how many units we'll get for it.
Humble Instructor's interesting. It's like so we're sort of on the do I want to pivot train right now.
Or do you do Predator's Instinct or like Town?
Instinct is definitely a safe-ish one. Battlefield Scavenger or
yeah,
Humble
Scavenger's
Instructor are
good,
really the
yeah.
two, like, do I go for this kind of ones.
Yeah. God, it's the decision, isn't it?
This is a tough one. I mean, like, Subterranean Sentry with Killer is hilarious. Don't know if we necessarily have anything else that I'm super excited to give Killer, but there's a lot of time, and time is a big boy's faction.
Yep.
This is a tough one, mostly because, like, if I was leaning in either of these directions, I think I would take whichever one, but we
so
really
difficult.
don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I have cards, like, basically, if I can fit this Linebreaker's Shield in, I'm fucking doing it. But we don't know that yet. If I can fit this Life Speaker in, I'm fucking doing it. But we don't know that yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Something that's, gives a
Yeah, it's like,
lot
it's
of
also Humble Instructor plus Illumination Wisp is just, well, the game's done.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good
But I
combo.
do like interaction.
Yeah.
Oh, God, this is tough. Alright, yeah, it
Right,
certainly
yeah,
looks
slow
like
around it.
green is the way to go.
Jolton,
These two are
Neat Slinger.
certainly quite good, though. Like, I could take a... This tells me in particular, these two tell me that green is probably open if I want to move towards it. Boy, I really, really want some power fixing so I can go, yeah, time to pivot to fire. Oh, this is so cheeky. It's like, if I pick one of these, I'm basically committing to Elysian. If I pick this, I'm saying that Justice probably plays a decent part of my deck.
Yeah.
We are fairly early. Oh god, this is fucking tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rakano's fairly open here, but it was also like not at all
Yeah, it was
open
not
in the first pack.
Non-existent in that first pack. I do like the Bright Mace.
I like Bright Mace. So, like, if I take the Justice, it's Bright Mace.
Yeah.
I want both of these though.
Yeah.
This is tough. Let's live a little. Oh god, Teriax Hatchling. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna grab a Teriax Hatchling.
Yeah.
Just gonna swipe
Amber
in there.
Acolyte's nice.
Yeah, that Acolyte.
That's good.
That does mean that the Bright Mace and the Linebreaker's Shield have a much better chance of ending up in this deck. We have the Hail Shrieker, the Trumpeter, and we've definitely been seeing a good number of Yetis, so I think Slope Sergeant's perfectly good here. Slope Sergeant is like okay, totally on its own for the record.
Swindle, woo!
Swindle or Dispel, I'm not totally sure which. It might be Dispel here.
Dispel's
I actually
pretty good.
really like the draw a card on Dispel along with the Silence effect.
It does make it, like, a Silence for 3 is meh, but Silence for 3 plus draw a card is nice.
Yeah, I think we're out of the Life Speaker now at this point. Like,
There just wasn't,
Shadow
there's
has not
no
been very
Shadow,
open.
Yeah.
As far as life gain goes, we've basically got the Herbalist, because we're already counting the Life Speaker as out. To consider the Amonera, I may go Valkyrie Militant here. At this point, I am going to pick Banners
still
pretty
Slender,
fucking highly.
Alright.
We'll say, we
Yeah,
got
I
some
love
pretty good low
Feather.
drops.
Hello, Elder's
Wow.
Feather!
I cannot believe this pick. Someone down the line is going to be very happy about that Umbran Reaper.
Okay, wow, they're
I think
Katana, wow.
take the Elder's Feather and feel pretty happy. Like, Stormlinks is the card that fits best in our deck here, but I
We
think
have a Bright Mace
it
Paladin.
is so hard not to take an Elder's Feather. At this point, I am absolutely picking any sort of fixing
Xenon Guardian.
crazy
yes,
high.
we are. Stormlinks again.
Yeah, so we got another
Guardian.
Stormlinks, we've got the Guardian, and we've got this Tundra Explorer, which we've seen. So, like, let's take a look at what we're dealing with right now. So our 2s are 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So we're actually pretty okay for 2s. Now, granted, Stormlinks is a very good 2. This can fuck up so many aggressive strats so hard.
Chigamma and some acquire Moonstone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. Tundra Explorer is perfectly solid 3. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 3-drops. Xenon Guardian is great late game. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 drops. This is interesting.
Yeah.
As far as spells go, we've got the 1, 2, and then 3.
Yeah.
So like,
Don't have a ton.
it's not huge upside. So I think it's between the Lynx and the Guardian.
Yeah.
Is a shiny Lynx.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as 2-drops go, we're doing pretty okay with them, and we've got like half the draft left to grab things.
Yeah.
It might be good to just have a Xenon Guardian that we can put a fucking Elder's Feather on.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with that. Oh, fucking Rooftop Vigilante.
Acolyte.
God, I want this Creeper so bad, but I'm taking this Acolyte
Yeah.
because this deck is
Fixing.
playing 3 colors,
Fixing, yeah.
and I want to be able to end the game with this, like, Elder's Feather
Filing cost is also
and the
nice.
Linebreaker's
Oh,
Shield.
Rooftop Vigilante.
Yeah, Rooftop Vigilante. Go, boy, someone in Shadow is going to have a fucking field day with this. This has been a pretty tough draft so far, I gotta say.
Okay, there's
Fearless
there's
Yeti's a
Gust.
fun one. Gust is also worth considering because we do, at this point, I feel like we've got a lot of things that want to be in the air here, so like having something to get rid of stuff is pretty good. I like Fearless Yeti a lot, especially with Slope Sergeants.
Yeah.
But I think it may not be that necessary. So probably take Violent Gust here, I think. This is a really interesting draft, and I think we could have made quite a few decks out of this.
Snowcrest Yeti.
Snowcrest Yeti is interesting. I don't think this deck needs to be too worried about grabbing Yetis that don't fit in it, though. Like,
Yeah.
Snowcrest Yeti was good in a really aggressive deck. This is
What
not a
else
super
is-
aggressive
what else is
deck.
better, though?
Tinker's pretty good here, I
Tinker,
think,
yes.
because I think we can afford to play the long game with
That's
Tinker.
true.
Lumen Shepherd is also
It's
an
good.
outside consideration with like Snowfort Trumpeter and shit. Plus, just having more largish things that we can put Elder's Feather on is nice, or even just a Sheriff's Hat at this point.
Yeah.
I may just pick that Lumen Shepherd out there.
Yeah.
I like units. Having of unit.
Thanks.
Water of Life, baby.
Water Life.
Yeah, there wasn't really anything
Banner.
else.
Elysian Banner.
Ooh, nice. A banner in colors. I actually kind of want the Meditation Trainer, but not as much. By the way, Linebreaker Shield has endurance, just
Yeah.
so you're aware. It does give another keyword.
Yep.
But yeah, this deck is going to run smooth as butter.
Cyclops.
Pretty okay with that.
Oh, Huru
Huru
Banner. Huru
This
Banner.
it's worth asking if I want this Alchemical Blast at this point.
You want the banner.
I probably want the banner because that means I can basically just take good green cards with Reckless Abandon. And of course it helps the Linebreaker Shield get out. This is going to be an interesting draft.
I think we grab the banner.
Yeah.
The Alchemical Blast are quite nice, but like, the banners are pro picks.
That's right, baby. It's Sanguine Swords deck.
Woo!
Oh, God.
Terrax matching last pick. Nice. Honored
Wow.
Skyguard, Gale Prowler.
This is almost certainly Honored Skyguard. This is going to be a deck that wins in the air, I think. Because, I mean, we've got the Elder's Feather.
We've seen
got the
a lot of
Illumination
Storm
Wisp.
Lynxes. I think that's maybe 3 or 4 we've seen.
That was a bunch of Storm Wisps. We've got the Violent Gust to help in the air. We've got a fuck ton of Teriax Hatchlings. Yeah, I think I want the Honored Skyguard here.
Yeah.
Like, first off, always, if you're in blue, Honored Skyguard is fucked up. Like, it's a 2/2 flyer for 2. That's fine. Its ultimate is pay 2 and throw a card away to turn it into a 3/3 flyer and also draw a card for the one you just threw away. So, like, don't...
Okay, Advanced Scout.
That's right, baby, it's
Reader,
Welding Torch.
Welding Torch. Hi, Welding Torch. Scout or Reader, you think?
I might
Or
take Entrancer here.
Entrancer, yeah.
I feel like Entrancer is a way better card than I tend to
Yeah.
give it credit for.
Also in the air, which is nice.
Yeah, like, I love Entrancer early, and it's in the air, which I never feel bad about. Elysian from the top rope.
Oh.
The Gift of Battle is also a consideration, potentially.
I think the Entrancer's...
Lord, like, this, the one thing about this deck is I actually have so many cards I want to play.
You
in
can also
it.
silence,
I don't really know.
Silence is a flying unit.
Yes. That's the big thing, like, when you get it and get something out of their hands before it becomes a problem.
Hello, Master at Arms. You're unfortunate because we need
Probably
so
not.
much fucking influence.
I would
from
love, this deck could maybe borderline play it with the double,
Pensive Lumen,
but it's basically, I think,
Rotorcycle.
between Pensive Lumen and Rotor Cycle here.
I mean, I don't have any 5s. I don't know if we need any 5s.
And, I mean, we have a decent number of things that I'd be pretty easy to throw away, like the Entrancer and the Wisp from Lumen Shepherd, and even, like, a Teriax Hatchling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. God, yeah, that's half a card.
All that said, just winning in the air is a thing I could do. Enraged Arachnodon is also worth considering, but I think if I want that, I'm probably taking
We
the
do
Pensive
have
Lumen.
the big boy. We have the Sentry in here.
Yeah, we currently are sitting on a Subterranean Sentry. Like, I think if I want something large, Pensive Lumen tends to
Yeah.
fit better. I don't think Primeval Plover is good, even with everything. Like, +1, +2 just doesn't move many things, and a 1/2 flyer is next to useless on its own. So, like, even in a deck that I'm saying wants all the flying in the world, it probably doesn't want that.
Oh, Pensive Lumen with a feather.
Yeah, well, that's always a consideration.
Ugh.
And I guess I also have the Hail Shrieker for, like, a real cheeky 1/6 power. I think I go Lumen here. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be, but it's still pretty fucking good.
Wormstone.
That's right, baby, it's Cut Ties.
Arbalest, Advanced Scout.
Arbalest is a fun one, but I probably don't want to be picking Double Justice.
Yeah. I think our Justice is definitely our splash.
Yeah. Let's see, we've only got the 1, 2, like, it's kind of hard to make this Wormstone work as much as I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, there's...
Like it, love it, gotta have it. Advanced Scout might be worth considering.
We do have a bunch of really expensive units.
For which one?
The Journey Guide.
That is true. It is still like if you get it after turn 1, it's useless. It's
Yeah.
useless is the biggest problem. It's worth considering. I don't know if I'd rather just like take another flying. Like basically, at turn 3 onwards, I could just play a 2/1 flyer every single turn.
Yeah.
That might be worth just doing. And I mean, I will say, Journey Guide on Teriak Hatchling is disgusting.
Yeah.
So that is also worth considering. This is a tough one. My 3s right now, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I am okay on 3s. This is a little cheeky. I'll do it anyway. Spiteful Lumen is getting picked here. Another 3-drop. Gale Prowler is worth considering, but I don't think we have enough. It's not quite the same as the last deck. Whereas, like, Illumination Wisp is just a thing.
Okay, the Elementalist is actually really good for us, I think.
Yeah, Elementalist, it'd either be that or Death Strike, and like...
Yeah. We do have Predator's Instinct.
You have a Predator's Instinct. Does this deck want more interaction is basically the question. Because, like, giving one of my large things Death Strike is actually pretty gross.
Yeah.
Sirocco Elementalist only gets rid of something for a turn, but if
Yeah.
I've got a billion things in the air, that might be fine. No. I could just Rare Draft.
Tinker.
Yeah, not much else to take there. I don't know if it makes the deck, but hey. Damn, now I wish I had taken the other thing.
Yeah, I mean...
That's just how it be sometimes.
Bird. Probably the Snow Ranger, yeah.
Might or might not be relevant.
Parma,
Parma is very good.
Ooh,
Entangling Vines is very good.
Yep. No arcane defense, though.
Alright, this is going to be
This
interesting.
is wacky. Let's get rid of arcane defense.
Yeah, so
Goodbye.
defense is gone. We're sitting on a pretty interesting curve here. I don't know that I need the Subterranean Sentry here. Like, it's fun with Elder's Feather, but, like, I think Pensive Lumen is also fun with Elder's Feather. I'll keep it for right now, but it's also worth noting that we have a billion targets for the Slope Sergeant, so we will almost always be able to use that to do some shit.
Yep.
I think the Snow Rager's probably out, as much as I like it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 2-drops.
Do you keep the Valkyrie Militant?
Potentially just because it's another flyer, but potentially not because it's like 4 cost. I definitely keep all of these weapons. Maybe not a second Parma, but no, I think I want the Parma. It's pretty late lines.
Yeah, it's nice to have an absolute unit, but I think we have a
I think we have
bunch of
enough absolute
units.
units. Like again, I'm considering him for a while, but I
mean,
think he
Xenon
might
Guardian
not make the cut.
is like a better absolute
Yeah.
at 8.
That is also true. If we're up at 7, then we might as well be up at 8 and then do the shit. It's also that, yeah, this deck isn't all that slow given the sheer... Like, this is just going to bury my opponent in flyers, is the idea here.
Wild Riders, 2 of them, you think?
If you put a, basically literally any weapon on a Wild Rider, it actually gets disgusting. As far as shit that we can do in the air, I'm also, the Journey Guide, as much as I like it with the Teriak's Hatchlings, I think it might not be the play here. God, there's like so much to cut. Like, this deck has so many good ideas in it, and I don't know, like, which ones in particular I want. Like, I love the Spiteful Lumen. I don't know if he goes in this deck, in the sense that Illumination Wisp wants to be attacking a lot of the time. I love Workshop Tinker. I don't know if she wants to go in this deck, because keeping this as lean as I can is probably a good idea, even with the ridiculous amount of fixing that I have.
Yeah.
Let's see. As far as my 2s go, she's probably the odd one out. It's weird to say that, but I do think we're not guaranteed to get her on 2.
And her fixing,
like,
2
to
of her
play
fixing
her on
comes
2.
from 3.
Yeah, it's also true.
Her banner, but yeah,
It's worth asking if we want the Lumen Shepherd. Even like, it is another Wisp, which makes Spiteful Lumen pretty happy with it. Because right now, Spiteful Lumen hits the Entrancer, the Illumination Wisp, and the Wisp from the Sky.
Yeah. Get rid of the spiteful if you...
Probably. Do like both of these, but I think as things are, we've got enough early game that I don't have to worry about using him to fill in early game. In which case, I probably... Like, basically, I think this deck wants to be on the offensive most of the time. I mean, the thing about Spiteful is it's a great body on 3.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of 3-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
So
6, 7, 8.
how many power do we run in this deck?
I have
17?
no idea.
18?
I mean, it's worth noting that these are 2, but they do cost 3, so you have to get the 3 before they fix you. So I think this deck might want 17 power. I'm legit surprised that did that for me. So none of these are doubles, right?
18.
Yeah, none of these are doubles. So, I mean, mostly I was just checking if I could cut the Justice Sigil or not.
Yeah.
Or if I want to cut something else. I probably want to keep as many sources of time as humanly possible.
Yeah, you have a double time, and I think...
I have a double time, and I have 2 double...
Yeah,
so yeah, I think
early on,
because every one of these is a splash, because I've got... So this is 3, 4, 5 sources of justice with Amber Acolyte.
Yeah.
I think that's an okay amount of justice. So now we just gotta cut 6 cards from this deck. Easy. Simple.
Oh my.
It's obvious.
Gruen form.
Alright, so let
It
us
is our only
think.
source of stat trick.
It is, but I don't know if this deck cares that much about stat tricks most of the time. I mean, it could potentially save, like, 2-1s and stuff, but I think we have enough ways to poke 2-1s. Like, we have Entangling Vines, we have Predator's Instinct, we have Dispel and... Like, basically, everything every spell we have and several of the weapons we have fucks with flyers.
Buffy, yeah.
So, I don't really need to keep it as a flyer saver. I think it's worth noting Herbalist is also, in a sense, that, but I don't want to go to 16 power in this deck. That would be silly. So, from here, the question is, what do we get rid of?
Journey Guide?
I think Journey Guide goes, as I like him, but I don't think this deck needs him. And again, if I don't pick him on 1, it doesn't do much. And we've got a bunch of cards to pull, so that's enough reasons. Let's see. Stormlinks are an interesting one. They might not be, like, the correct thing for this deck, at least at 2 of them, because you need to get the right set of power for them to play them, and you need, and they're better on the defensive, you know? They're, if you play them on your turn, it's just a bold adventurer that has extra influence cost.
Yep.
So let's see. We're now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2-drops, 2 of which have double primal costs, which means that we're really at 5 2-drops, with sometimes we'll have 7.
The good news is both our banners are blue.
Yes,
Nice.
both banners will give us extra blue, which is really, really good. Because that's really our early stuff. I actually feel pretty good, despite this thing having some weird-ass doubles. I like Slope Sergeant a lot. Like, this deck has so many Yetis in it. And at this point, the question is, what next? Pensive Lumen, potentially. I absolutely love it as that. I guess it is... That's another one that's sort of like an unit that can touch flyers, and we have a lot of, like, better things that touch flyers.
Yeah, I think so.
So there's that. The Pensive Lumen is an interesting one. I absolutely love it with the Elder's Feather, but I don't know if this deck is going to have too many throwaways now, like the way that we've cut it down.
Yeah.
So I think I might get rid of him. Like, Slope Sergeant costs a lot, but he's bond, so he doesn't actually cost a lot.
Or Wild Rider.
Worth considering cutting a Wild Rider. So we're at 21 units, which means even if we cut 2, we go down to 19. Fine. If I was to do this, how would I like it? Wild Rider with any one of these weapons feels really, really good. Is there any card that I would cut before I cut Wild Rider, though, is the question. I don't think there is.
Not any of those attachments or spells.
Yeah, like, I think our attachment and spell suite is exactly what we want. We want to just be winning this game by attacking in the air at all times. So I think taking out a Wild Rider is fair for that.
Yeah.
Alright, well, this is going to be interesting. Does not play.
No.
Double, double, double.
Yeah, so doubles.
All the doubles.
Oh, hello.
Wow, Grimfin,
Wow.
thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for the
much.
raid. Holy cow.
We're in
Welcome.
draft.
We drafted ourselves a deck. Hello, everybody.
I'm kind of sad you missed the draft where we had 4 torches and 2 welding torches, and then Inquisitive Crow gave us 2 more torches.
It was fun. Yes,
was a fun
welcome
time.
everybody.
Yeah.
Big raid.
Yeah. This is the problem with the 3-color deck. This is the problem with the 3-color deck right here.
Yep. This plays.
Yeah. I think we're maybe gonna have to just consider playability.
Yeah, anything that throws down.
Yep.
But yeah, we got a Skycrag deck that had 4 torches, 2 welding torches, and an Inquisitive Crow. That in one game made 2 torches.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
It's good shit.
Alright. Well, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, this is a bit of a wacky
That was a
deck.
really quick queue. We've been getting long ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep this.
that's playable.
It plays and it has most of the stuff we need. So.
Yeah. I think we really have to be highly playable.
Yeah, like doing things in the first 3 turns is something we value
It's
highly.
nice.
Alright, let us see how it goes. Well, they didn't play an Oni Ronin, so that's good. There's... I guess we need 2 of each of these at some point. Articus Maximus, thank you for the follow. That's good.
Nice.
At some point, I am absolutely going
Do
to
his ability by accident.
screw him up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this deck is basically just going to ace space in the air forever.
Yeah.
And silence everything that wants to do that. Oh, thanks.
Oh, hello.
That's lovely.
Blue.
Yeah, take a blue. Okay. I could totally bond this guy out. The question is, what do I get rid of if I do? He does stop them from attacking in with this. That's actually not the worst consideration here. I would probably get rid of the Teriax Hatchling and Illumination Wisp if I were, or possibly one of the other cards that I draw with him. The question is this hand good enough, basically, to just keep ace spacing? I think I need something to at least slow them down here.
That's a lot of damage.
Because it's a lot of damage, and it's going to take us a little bit to get the air circus going.
Yeah.
I'd
go for him.
Yeah. Okay.
Trumpeter?
The hatchling probably
It's
goes...
half a card.
Because, yeah, we already got half the value out of that. And then the Trumpeter or the Acolyte. I mean, the only thing we need from the Acolyte is double. And he can be a 4/4, but only if we're, like, attacking in and losing
Well,
things.
if we lose the... Yeah, I guess. I don't know. We'll see.
Might have been a mistake. We'll see. That might be a greedy keep.
We have 4 thanks to...
Yeah, we are up to 4, and that's
8
nice.
steel.
Okay, so that's that down, but that's fine. I don't care too much about that. Yeah, it's like they ramped us. We used him to draw 2 cards, blocked that out. I'm totally okay with all of the outcomes that we got there. So at this point, I probably give them the option if they want this. They won't, which is
What
fine.
does this ability do?
Which one?
His one. The one
Oh,
before.
he sacrifices himself, does 2 damage.
Ah.
And so at this point, the question is, do I play out a Rotor Cycle or do I play out an Illumination Wisp? The other worry that they might have is that they play something on this to make it big. Bit of a tough one. Like, the Wisp lets me also play the Trumpeter out. I guess I could also sack him and play the Trumpeter as a 4/4, but that feels awkward because I don't have like a 3-cost
I think I
play.
put the roach.
I think I play out the Rotor Cycle. It develops more damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing I was worried about. Yeah, well, we're taking 10 damage here.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Just how it be sometimes. Ooh. We need to play out like 4 attack worth of stuff to kill this out. Kill this off, I think. The other option is just get a 5/4 flyer out of this guy, which is certainly doable, but does worry me because it's like that'll hit us for more damage. Because it's like I could use this to sack in to kill this off. This is a tough one. Also, like, I really wish I had the 1 more power for the dispel.
Yeah.
Biting us in the butt again. I think I take the 4 here. It's awkward and it ain't great, but what we do. The question now is, do I put it in the air now just to make my mana better, or do I trade him in for the 5/3?
Yeah, I think so. We don't have much power to waste.
True. Now it's like, do I give up the rotor cycle, or do I take 5 to the face again?
Ouch.
Yeah, that was always the risk.
And we don't have anything, another target for our feathers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
God damn it. I mean, it lets us survive, which is a thing, and that may be how we do it.
That and the wisp out.
Yeah, we play both of them. Because then this goes to 6 health and spray. They are running out of cards, at least. This is gonna get interesting.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Torch me? If you are, you should probably attack in with your 5/3 and hit the 6/1, the 1/6 that I'm gonna block with.
Yeah.
Which is sort of the biggest issue that it has. Oh lord.
Oh geez.
Yeah, no, I think we might have just lost this.
Wow.
Call it a guess. So it's like now if we had kept this, we could have teleported 2 weapons off them, but not really much you could say about
No,
to
we
do
really
that.
didn't get draw that helped us here.
Yeah, like everything we got came way out of order here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you. At this point, it's just for the draw.
Oh god,
you know?
yeah.
Not much else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just everything that came out there came out in the wrong order for us and the right order for them.
Yeah.
We just got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, bodied.
There's not much reason not to concede here.
Yeah.
To be
yeah,
fair.
we're done. We're done.
We could live with 1 health, but I don't think like we could give up our 1/6 for the 8/5.
I don't think we have an answer in our deck for their 8/5.
We kept getting silences, which, like, when you have a billion things on a berserk unit, that's the opposite of what you want. To give them the option to not attack with it is basically what a silence on an already berserk unit does.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. It was always sort of the risk that we took there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they just kept having exactly enough to deal with us there. And I mean, the Fiery Fisher probably kills us off no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't play the Elder's Feather on it.
No, I mean, if we had flying units, what would you use the Elder's Feather on?
Yeah, that too. Which is the slight issue with this deck.
+1 attack, like, that wouldn't have moved the needle.
Yep. 7-2 to 0-3 would be pretty funny. In Lex. Let's see what we got. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about.
That's the card. That's the power we want. That's the good shit right there.
This deck has so many cards that I want in it, and so many other things.
Can't play the Cyclops. Or that.
I mean, we can pull a Secret Pages from this, and there's a non-zero chance that we do. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. John Wayne, thank you for the follow.
Give us a follow.
I'm going to assume that's what that stylizes as. Alright, the question is what we would throw away if we did want it. Because, like, I feel like I want the fixing here because both of these are quite good, and we also don't have something on 3. Do we throw away... It's basically, do we throw away an Illumination Wisp or a Rotor Cycle? And I think we throw away the Rotor Cycle if that's the question. I think we've already seen this deck kind of needs its power.
Yeah.
I think I throw away a Rotor Cycle because the
Let's
Wisp
see.
has a better
A
chance
little
of
bit of
being, like,
this.
a useful thing.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, my assumption is that I'm going to play a Secret Pages next turn
Yep.
and then just go hog fucking wild. I might still do it. Yeah. It's like, this is a bit more aggressive, but I think I'd rather set myself up here.
Yeah.
You cannot
That's
put out the light.
adorable. I will potentially save a silence for that.
Hi, Blue.
There we go. That was what I wanted.
Oh, you can now play a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, I think it's that time. I don't think I
Where are
hit
our
him
silences?
here.
We fly with
I
honor.
think I play the Teriax Hatchling instead, and then draw and dump this next turn, just because this is a bit more aggressive. Like, buffing him is pouring more power into him, which, if they have an answer for him, makes him a lot worse.
Hover over.
I love when someone reads a card. Question here is, do I give them the 4 damage, or do I give up my 2/2? The potential that they come back. I think this deck has enough silences that I don't actually want to give that up until...
Yeah, until like we're hurting.
You've got
Ah,
a familiar face.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's annoying.
that's a shame.
But that's also why I did that.
Hello.
Okay, so now we get kind of interesting.
So what's the thing on the Linebreaker shield? Shield Bash.
Yes.
What's that do?
Stun an enemy unit, draw a card, gain 2 armor. It is not a silence, though, it is worth noting. This may just be a space and then grab the Cyclops and kill off that Dawnwalker now. Because using, like, not a card to kill the Dawnwalker and prevent 4 more damage to my face feels pretty good. They will kill off the 2/2 Herbalist here, because, of course, not the silenced one. If they really want to be greedy, they can, yeah, not block here, but I don't think they're in that position. I like this because it uses all my power, and it also deals with the Dawnwalker, and they can't bring it back, which is fairly important. Also means I have a really clean Linebreaker shield soon.
Ah.
That's fun. Yep.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad they did that now, because I would have considered playing the Linebreaker shield on something on the ground.
Yeah.
Wish this was an Elder's Feather. I'd
Yeah.
probably play the Hatchling and the Linebreaker Shield. I guess I could actually, no, I think I play the Linebreaker Shield with the
Shield
stun.
Bash.
And draw a card off of it and stop that, you know, like slow their... Like, they made a super slow play there, so I think we just punch them in the face.
Yep.
And draw a card off of it and have 2 other
And
flyers.
A-Space.
Oh my god. Yeah.
No.
Even before we got to that point.
Vines. Hello.
Having vines in our hand as well. They were just never going to make a move again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best thing in the game. A long hover followed by a concede.
Win.
So yeah, that's this deck doing what it wants to do. Basically just controlling the whole game and constantly pressing threats to make them answer.
Yeah.
Like, this game, if it gets something established in the air, can basically push down, you know, it can punch down flyers forever. The only question is going to be if the opponent can kill, it can, like, put something dangerous enough on the ground to kill us before. That was how the first person beat us.
Yeah, exactly. You 8-5, yeah.
That's interesting. This'll be a fun draft, because I could see this going wildly different depending on what we've got.
There's no 8 torches.
It is no 8 torch draft, no. 8 fucking torches.
8 torches.
The worst part was, the first torch was the lethal, so I didn't even get to show them the second torch.
Yeah.
I guess I could have torched their bird.
No.
Sad.
No.
This does play.
Okay, that's fine.
Needs to find justice eventually, otherwise I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
And this deck would love a Jotun Hurler. I will say, 2 silences with Teriax Hatchlings in front of them. Okay, now this just needs a Justice, and we are set. We are fucking donezo.
I'll
Oh,
find
boy.
my way.
Hello, Justice.
Mwah. Lovely.
And a ambush.
Yeah, it won't do anything, but gotta use my power somehow. Might as well use it to gain 2 health. What are you gonna do? Vara's favor me? Oh man, they missed too. That's good.
Not there.
No reason to. Like, the thing about having a Justice, like when you're 1 influence and have a Justice in hand, is that you can just fucking sit there. I'm the beatdown. Fuck it, they skipped the turn. Like, 2 damage is worth more to me than it is to them with the current board state.
Yeah, we've got Waystone on to get card drop.
Huzzah.
Silent.
Oh, that feels
On a
so
hatchling.
bad on a half a card.
Yeah,
Spend 3 for half a card. And they didn't even get it with the Linebreaker shield on it.
yeah.
So I probably just play out another hatchling and sit. I guess the other option is to see if I can bait them. So let's do that first. Beautiful. They're thinking about it. Like, wow, they just spent a card there, and then I was able to use it to get a 4/4.
Yeah,
And I have Predator's Instinct for whenever they play something I actually care to kill.
yeah.
Steady, archers.
Oh, our other hatchling. Hello.
Lovely.
We have so
In which
many
case, I
hatchlings.
probably play a hatchling and a Predator's Instinct and just, you know, beat
Kill
that off the
that,
board.
yeah.
Bye, Blee in Black. Thank you for the
you.
follow. Yes, they have
Oh,
something. There's a few things it could be.
Meditation.
That is one of the things it could be, which means I'm going to dispel it next. Does mean we burn the killer for nothing, but I don't think that's going to be too bad. Like, they're going to play it and it's going to be big, and that'll be a little scary, but I think I just throw down an Archive Curator and that'll be that.
Steady,
Yeah,
archers.
it's like they spend it on that, and they also played a, okay. So now the question is, I mean, it's at least one hatchling.
yeah.
The question is it the Dispel, which draws me a card, or the second hatchling? And I'm not totally sure. They're at a lot of health, so like being able to Zerg them down with a billion hatchlings is nice.
Yeah.
I think I want the 2 silences. Hold up's pretty ballsy, I will tell them that. Can also play the Linebreaker's shield to shield bash here, but I'd rather have the silence on this. That's an interesting one, though.
Yeah, because stunned it still does the inspire, doesn't it?
Yeah, is the thing. Like, I kind of do want to play the Linebreaker's shield and get the value here just to keep the train working. Yeah, hold up. It's card advantage.
Yeah.
I could have thrown away the Dispel. Thinking back on it, that might have just been the play. Keep a second hatchling and go with it. But I think here, the Curator is the sort of the safety move. The mega aggressive move is to play both of these. Go nuts for donuts.
Ooh, hello.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm very happy with my life choice now. There are a lot of things they could draw that would help that would help out a lot. Cut ties is pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good on our side too. So Sandglass Parma is 5. I think I just do that and throw that back in their hand in ace base. And then ideally I get the Elder's Feather and get a 5/7 in the air. Deck definitely wants to push all the damage it can. I think replaying the hold up, I definitely throw out the Dispel next time, but that's relatively
And
minor.
we're really close to our boy being huge.
Yep. It's worth asking if I want to just give him up, but I don't think I need. I think I'd rather have the potential of pulling an Elder's Feather on him. But I think that's fine. He also just plays defense really well.
Big.
How about bigger?
Yeah.
At this point, unfortunately, we do have to kind of just wait.
Yeah.
We also really hope they haven't pulled either removal for like a second cut ties or a stat trick. Ah, okay. I think we win now.
Okay, good.
So now we teleport him back in and attack in with both of these. Yeah, that seems fine. Ooh.
Oh, what do you have?
Well, they have something at fast speed. If I pull that out of their hands and that gets this guy killed, that's great. Okay. Okay. That's totally fine, dude. Not sure I agree with your decision making. I will silence that, incidentally.
Yeah.
Don't care. Like, it's gonna die to the Xenon Guardian. 7, 8, 9. Matter. So just silence and then play out this.
That's quite enough.
Quite enough. And I guess I'll just get ready for my 13-13.
Yeah, it was certainly
Well, it's like
play.
either of these that they played it on would have been quite bad. He'd go back to being a 4-4, but he'd get killer back.
Let's see. A little bit of this.
Little bit of
Ooh,
this.
motorcycle's nice.
Yeah, I probably play these all out together. Because, yeah, I really want all of my everything.
I won't miss.
Now, we got 3 damage in the air. And you kind of have to do that. The amount of shit they would... There's, like, literally no way that they could give it 5 attack
Yeah.
with these colors. They could give it 4 attack. But not 5. Congrats on your life. Oh, thanks for giving me another chance to draw Elder's Feather.
And again, we can make our boy very big.
What if? Even larger.
What if? Very large.
Wow,
And
so big. Like, I could force some trades here, but, plus 4 is 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They can kill me by, like, sacrificing literally everything. I think that here. No real reason not to with the feather, just chilling.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you have a 7-8, which is normally the largest thing in this mode.
Just
Aww.
down.
So this is the exact point. Boy, I wonder if you have a tribute unit.
Stay
You don't
alive.
even. Would have been cheeky. Man, I really wish I could get that shit. It's funny, I can't even really ace base here.
Yeah. Oh no,
It is lethal in a
you're
turn,
the
though.
beatdown at
Yep.
the minute.
Hey, could you
so-
just not pull a spell, please? Well,
I mean, you got the snowball, so
that's
it.
what I mean. Like, if
Yeah.
but they have a learned herbalist, so if they have a spell,
Ah.
it would give them 1 health and make the game not end on this turn. Which, minor, I know, but
Alright.
yeah.
So that was a board state
That
right
was a
there.
board state. You don't usually see 13-13 endurance units in draft.
Yeah. That was a weird play from the...
I mean, it's the sort of thing you have to remove one of them,
I mean,
and both of them
teleport-
get good
But
things.
teleport would have killed both the Parmas, right?
It would have, yes. He only would have been a 4-4. It still would have gotten him pretty good value. I feel like I might keep the Elder's Feather here. Like,
Yeah.
keep this hand just because it
Yeah.
has an Elder's Feather. And you could see how we were just talking, like, if we get our Elder's Feather, the game's done.
Well, that and it's got your influence.
Yeah, it
it's
also
got
has everything I
Herbalist,
want.
It's got some plays, you know.
It's got everything I want and
functional.
nothing I don't. That's certainly quite
It's
good.
extremely functional.
Question
which
is
good.
if what I throw away for secret pages, because I feel like I
Yeah.
probably want to, and it's probably Dispel that I throw away. That seems right? It's that or the Hail Shrieker. They didn't play anything, but also against Combre, Hail Shrieker might actually just become irrelevant. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure if this is the 100% correct
Let's
move.
see. A little bit of this.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. I like
Yeah.
it. I love being made to make choices. This draft format is so good because you got to make so many choices. We chose poorly.
Now we feel bad. Although we do other.
Don't feel that bad, but yeah. It is sort of like, of course we would pull a Yeti as soon as, and also we do have the second one. I'm gonna pull it from secret pages. It's the only one we have left. But yeah, it's that's like sort of just, yep, there we go. But yeah, like silence getting rid of flyers is why I'm keeping it
Don't
so
even think about it.
Oh shit.
terrifying. It's a good thing that's going to just be a 4/4 next.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Alright, 3/3 even. Okay. Well, not really much else for me to do here. It so figures I pull a Slope Sergeant as soon as I get to Yeti. But yeah, let's it's a good thing they played that totally naked.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Yeah.
Rakano Sheriff is an absolute bomb, and I guess I can't really mouse
Absolute
over it
terrible.
because I silenced it, but you can pay it to give things weapons, basically, to give things weapons. And then it gets points for each thing that has a weapon.
Yeah.
Is more or less how that works. And unfortunately,
That
I don't
thing's a pain in the
really
butt.
have anything to deal with it.
Yeah.
I might just throw another Dispel on it here. It doesn't really help me that much, but it might pull... Like, I think I need to pull an answer, and there's nothing in my hand that is vaguely answering. The question is, like, if I Elder's Feather this and just start, you know, trying to race them.
Yeah, we did the roach cycle as
Yeah, because that could come out. I think I do this because I don't really... basically just for the draw more than anything. That is nice to get. At this point, I might save it for the Sergeant.
Yeah, a bit flying in the air.
I mean, this is like a
Can't do it on
3-2
the
in
same
the
turn,
air.
so this is more. It's more aggressive right now to put
Yeah.
it on her.
Basically, it's like saying I can win a race against you, and I'm not 100% sure if I can. But yeah, +2/+2 for each of your other units with a weapon on it. I think doing anything else is slow playing, and I think we lose if we slow play. The 4/6 is really hard for this deck to deal with. I really hope I pull a Sandglass Parma.
Yeah.
A Sandglass Parma solves so many issues.
Yeah.
Just don't look
Irrelevant.
down.
Very good.
Excellent.
That could potentially win us the game.
That and the rotor cycle out.
Yeah, it's either the Rotor Cycle or the Wild Rider to try to get something cheeky. But I think... I mean, this happens, and this could potentially win us the game straight up. I don't care about your spells. What are you gonna do, entrap me? Teleport!
Protect.
It's definitely protect.
Definitely protect.
Time heals all.
That's annoying, 'cause it slows their clock down, but I do feel like I've done a lot to slow them. We want to bond the Slope Sergeant out to turn these not good cards into good cards. So we'll play out this guy. And then hope we draw power here.
Yeah.
Because I'll happily throw away a power and a Predator's Instinct.
Yep.
I mean, neat. Okay. 'Cause, I mean, that does kill this off. That's probably worth doing.
Yeah.
Is like, I need every point of damage I can get here. And they have stat tricks too, which is actually the bigger problem here.
Yep.
Because that's almost certainly a Strength of Many or a Saddle Up or some shit. So let's at least force them to use it. Hell yeah. Bond would have... Oh, actually, yeah, I should have actually bonded him out. I mean, I guess I would have had to throw... all
You still
awkward.
bond him out now?
I could, I'd lose the killer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh. That's fine. Wow, I'm a lot less afraid of you now, to be honest. Yeah, I think Bond would have been the play there. I mean, I was still expecting a stat strike, but him with the killer would have been better than this with the killer.
Yeah.
I just wasn't thinking about that potential set of plays. This is good. Lovely. Lovely. The stat trick here is the problem, unfortunately. That said, the Honored Skyguard's pretty good to just keep the pressure up.
Minus tower? Strength of it.
Yep.
We fly with honor.
That we do.
Mm-hmm.
Good to get that out of their hand.
Yeah.
This is so ballsy, and I love it. The question here is, should I block with this? And I think the answer is yes, because...
Air superiority.
mostly because I just don't... Like, they have this and whatever else they play out. I was correct. Alright, that's lethal. I think it was already lethal. No, it wasn't lethal, because they could have blocked the 3-2.
Yep.
But now it's lethal.
No, oh,
Alright.
didn't mean to see.
Damn you, AT Scarb.
Yeah, on the flip side, the strength of many isn't being used against their face.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is also, they were almost certainly trying to get enough cheeky damage in to get the strength of many to kill me. Like,
Yep.
you know, get across the line for lethal.
Yep.
Pretty happy with how I played that. That was definitely a borderline game.
I'm gonna get some water. Do you want anything?
I think I'm okay. We're 2.5 hours now, but actually a cup of water. Oh, could you just also put this next to the sink?
Yep.
Thank you. Might as well not crowd it. Hey, it's that sheriff's hat, and we can't even play it. I guess we have the learned herbalist. Oh, well, yeah, now we're definitely trading something in for that herbalist. I don't know what yet, but we have a Linebreaker shield in our hand, too. Ho!
The battlefield awaits!
Wow! Terrifying. Alright, well, we are going to stake our entire game on them not having a stat trick in their hand here. Yes! Oh, thank God. They had this.
Oh, shit.
I don't even give a shit. Cruel, thank you for the follow.
Thank you. We got our justice.
God, that
nice.
is so good in draft.
Yeah, throw that justice down.
Okay, so yeah, the question now is, what do?
Yeah, imagine giving that up for a good dog. I mean, as much as I love a good dog.
Question now is, what do? Think. We're on 3 here. We could play something. I don't know if I want to throw anything out though. Sort of an awkward turn all around.
Yeah.
That like just yells at me that they have a stat trick or some other shit.
Yeah.
So I'll take the damage.
I fly for the throne.
I don't care about that.
Nice banner. Is that a sigil or? Oh, we have a unit. Yeah.
I think what I want to do now is get this guy up to 8 maybe, but then it's like, what do I throw away? Do I throw away the sheriff's hat?
The shield is much better here because the +1 doesn't get you past that good dog.
Yeah. It's mostly like what I do with my turn here. I might just play this guy out and sit. Because I do kind of want to play the Linebreaker
Yeah.
shield and smack that dog.
Yes, yeah.
Bad dog. Bad dog.
Yeah, on your links, yeah. I'd put down the,
I think our later turns are going to get faster than this one. We're going to take 5 damage to the face. We're going to have to find something to do with this, which is probably the bigger problem I have here. We'll see. We will see.
The thing about the secret pages is I'm not all that... I mean, we've got 5.
Yeah, we're at 5. I mean, basically I want to get him up.
Slightly cowardly.
I love cowardice. Especially because it means I'll just play this Linebreaker shield and go ham
Hold them
wild.
off!
Ah. That's at least mildly annoying.
Yeah, we really don't need the secret
Question here is, do I shield bash this with the 5/5 and just go ham? It's probably play it on the links, to be honest. He doesn't really need to get bigger.
Yeah, he'll get bigger on his own.
The worrisome thing is them having anything for this.
Yeah.
Any sort of attachment. But hopefully we find a silence. We've got a lot of those.
Our boy is gonna get big.
Mm-hmm. We've currently found like 0 of our flyers, which is fun.
In our flyer deck.
Yeah. Our giant flyer
Well, if we
deck.
do secret pages, we do get enough, but it will be 3 turns from...
It does ramp us, though. And that is actually a fair consideration.
Oh, well, we got all the power we need.
Ha-ha!
Oh, and we can blow him up.
So now, if I do... Yeah, I think I have to blow him up now. And then I play Sheriff's Hat, just so I can just ace base.
Yeah.
That feels right. The other option is detain this.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that...
Dust?
Yeah, and hold the gust to kill it next time we're backing in. That feels premature.
Yeah?
Maybe they had to go somewhere. Yeah, it's like detain was
detain would
actually not a
actually be a
bad
good
card
play,
there because
yeah.
it would have. I would have been able to spend it and get it out of the
And
way.
if they'd made their watchwing bigger, we then could have...
Yeah,
You know, it would have to be,
smack
it'd be
that.
more than plus...
So
it'd have to be
detain is
more
only
plus-
for the turn, for the record. It doesn't.
Ah.
It would. It's not Mark of Shame, which would get rid of it entirely. Yeah, it feels like they scooped a little too early, probably because I was thinking out my turns a lot and taking a long time to play, and they got really annoyed. they were definitely good eveninging me quite a bit.
take it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the win there. I don't hate it.
Honestly, I think we were in a really good space.
We were in a pretty good spot there just because we were able to keep attacking. We would have needed to get across the finish line, and I'm not sure how we were going to do that yet. Oh, it's Sunnyvale. I wonder if he's streaming.
Huh.
If you don't know who he is, look him up on EternalTitans.com. He does draft videos. He's probably at least like 40% of the reason that I suddenly made it to Master in a month.
This isn't
Like,
really functional.
No, unfortunately. But like he is a really, really good drafter.
Oh shit, that's even
This
less
is a really bad
functional.
hand.
Oh shit.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't help at all.
No.
That's not even like a hopeful play. Alright, well, I'll be able to play this eventually. You know, the little things. There are 3 Justice Sigils in this deck.
Yeah, we drew our splash cloud. I think that was
Oh,
all our...
Lord.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say this that we're in a lot of trouble here, but
Safe travels.
Being a primal.
no. We're only halfway there for half of our hand. I guess we'll at least stop giving them life, which is, you know, minor.
Yeah.
Okay, that's at least a slow play. I like that more than them strapping a weapon on this. Saved, kinda. Alright, well, we can at least finally play these fuckos out, eventually. So then, probably just play out this Curator. This Entangling Vines is going to do work for us eventually.
That's quite enough.
The question is if we offer up the 2/1 to them here to try to block and hope they don't have a trick. Roadhouse 1107 or 107. Thank you for the
Thank you
follow.
for the follow.
I'm okay with them not
And
getting more help.
Phoenix DX7,
yes.
thank you for the follow.
Didn't even see that one. Shit.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna say we're taking the L in this one, but
Damn, that Parma isn't gonna...
Arma does actually, because we can use it this turn, right? Yeah, Spellcraft 3. So what?
I was just like for the Bright Mace
does-
Paladin, I was like, But, yeah.
I think we play out the Parma, teleport this back, and smack him a little bit. You know, a touch of smacking. Worth noting, we can also just play this dude out and Slope Sergeant immediately if we feel like that's what our best move is.
Yeah.
I think right now we're just in survive until we find flyers mode. That's it's actually pretty okay.
You've got a choice.
Slightly annoying, but only slightly. What would I get rid of? They're actually playing pretty slow here, so it might just be time to just throw this out and also this. Draw some slightly better cards. Like, I like Entangling Vines, but I'm not 100% sure if I'll like it more than my other stuff I have here. That said, I'd probably just throw away the Accolade here, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of them. And then... might even throw away both of them here, to be honest.
I don't think the Herbalist is gonna...
I don't know how like, it's actually really good that we drew 2 bad cards with this, because I do want to keep all 3 of these, and this means we won't be drawing them next.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Nice.
Like, there's a reasonable argument to be made for grabbing the Herbalist for, like, secret pages for more shenanigans, but, again, that would... we'd be throwing away even more cards there. Yeah, exactly. Like, they're less they're less bad draws, basically. Pretty good on their part.
Yeah.
This is unfortunate. This is such a slow, awkward game.
Yeah.
The question is if I throw out my Bright Mace Paladin and Predator's Instinct, because we don't really have anything that enables him at the moment. The other question is, like, do you just throw out Entangling Vines and defer the question? That might be what to do. It's tough, though. If they have another unit, things get funny. But I think I do want to do that, just, like, because a flying Bright Mace Paladin can get us back in this game.
Yeah, with the Elder's Feather.
My
Anything
dragon's
big on
blade. Let's dance.
Pretty good. So I think now at this point I do use the Predator's Instinct on that. It's a bit awkward. In fact, it isn't great. I don't like it. I don't like any of it. Which is always the worry of when you play the Entangling Vines there. Oof! God, it's like, if this next card is anything that pumps him, we're in decent shape.
Yeah,
If it's not, we're probably dead.
honestly, we're so screwed. If we give him up, we're screwed anyway.
There.
So much damage on this board. They're gonna get 3 1s down.
No, that's 5. Jump it. Then when this is power, we probably scoop.
Yeah.
Just at this point, like, the Bright Mace is literally the only thing we have.
No, so there's 2. Yeah. We could have given up our Bright Mace, but
Damn. Just a little too late there.
yeah.
Ugh. I want him to know I have it. Not much reason. We're dead no matter what. Like, I could have actually played it on this guy. Man, we were, like, so close to having this.
Yeah.
That deck was fantastic.
Yeah. And our hand.
And our hand didn't quite
completely
work.
non-functional at the start of the game, which really
Yeah.
didn't help.
Yeah, Chump there, it's an interesting question whether I would have wanted that or not. I don't know. Boy, an instant Q with a bronzer. Yeah!
Xenon Guardian and all the power. That's the hand you want, right? That's the way we do it. That's the ticket.
That's almost there,
Okay,
because she
yeah.
grabs the Justice. I
Yep.
play him on 2, so all I
Yep.
really need
Is
is
a
to pick a
power.
power, and we're on the draw, which gives us a ticket. So.
No?
Perfect. Love it when a plan comes together. Now let's pull the Snowfort Trumpeter.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
You'll do.
And the nice thing here is that she is completely safe to pull out Linebreaker's shield here,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Stay alert.
I will not stay alert, cowards. In fact, I'm already asleep.
Safe travels, friend.
Will say, I am loving the amount of fixing we have.
Yeah, oh god. Yeah.
Yeah, losing to
Oh
Masters
yeah,
happens.
he's really good.
Sunnyvale's very, very good. Like I said, I've literally been... Okay, so...
Wormstone.
Entangling Vines and Linebreaker's shield is what's going to win us this game here.
Alright.
Question is... Do I try to sneak through for this, or do I just play him naked? And I think I probably just play him naked. I don't really have much reason to do anything else here. I don't like my threats have 4 health and eventually 7 health.
Yeah.
So like, might as well just play the Cyclops. Basically, I want to be doing as much damage as possible once I've started blowing them up. That's adorable. Thanks for spending 4 to kill my 2-drop. And drawing me a card. That's nice too. Okay, so now... sort of like I don't even need it right now. So the question is, do I play the Linebreaker Shield on her to make her live, and then have 2 threats and draw a card? I think I like that.
Yeah.
Like, basically, I want this game to end, is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Lovely. Like, the best part here is even if they pull a spell out and play their worm, I get another turn where I smack them. That's totally fine. They didn't use the Elder's Feather for it. It's like, I get them down to 12 for free here, and then I play an Elder's Feather, or even just the Entangling Vines. Like, I can hold on to this Elder's Feather for years at this point.
Yep. Alright, what do we play out?
I probably just play out, like, both of these two, and then with the Entangling Vines, hold up whatever the fuck they want, you know, like, whatever the fuck they play next. I like that a lot, just in general. Like, I mean, it means I take 7 to the face if they really feel like attacking. I don't imagine it will. I don't imagine they will. I think they're going to want to use him for defense.
Yeah.
Safe travels, friend.
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Double justice, baby!
Hell yeah.
And now I'll just hold up for the storm. Basically, I am trying to get as much mileage as humanly possible out of these Entangling Vines. The hope is that they don't play a big boy here. That helps, though. The other hope is they don't play like something with endurance.
Hello.
In fact, this would have been real bad if they had decided to not hold that guy, or decided to hold that guy back. Anyway,
Ooh, that's a scary
so we Entangling Vines here. We have 4 power left, or 5 power left. Probably just play out the Bright Mace Paladin and hope to ride that to lethal. It was very greedy of them to attack with that 7/7. They misread this situation quite badly.
Be redeemed.
If I may refer you to an essay called "Who's the Beatdown?"
Yeah? It's us.
It
We're
was
the
me.
beatdown.
We were the beatdown
You
there.
were the beatdown.
If they hadn't attacked in with the 7/7, things might have
Yeah.
gotten a bit interesting. Mostly because if they had had an answer to a flyer, then I would have actually started to have some trouble.
Yeah.
But they attacked in, and you know, sometimes you win games because your opponent attacks in. Misread or were playing to their outs. Yeah, like they did have to eventually win the game
Yes,
somehow.
yeah,
But they had a bigger board than me at that point.
Yeah.
Like with the Enraged Arachnodon out there, see they had a 7/7, a 2/7, and a 6/6 with Berserk. I feel like they could have just sat there and played defense until they inevitably won the game with Chufty Children.
Yeah.
I mean, like, at that point, I hadn't shown them a single flyer, so they didn't really have inevitability. And, like, the kind of cards that they died to were things like the double like Entangling Vines, which, if you wanted to play around that, you wanted to keep another blocker back to save as much of your health as possible and also start trading. That's an interesting one, though. I'm not 100% certain. Like, I don't know what their deck was, basically.
Yeah.
Anyway. Like, yeah, I agree you have to punch at some point. I just think that for the board state that I had shown them and the fact that I had been holding back the Elder's Feather so hard, that they could have been a bit comfortable with with the amount of numbers they had on that board.
We were very get past and punch.
Yeah.
It is interesting. You know, a big thing on the board is you want to punch with it.
Which is the
Especially
other
when
thing.
you're gonna put another big boy in the board.
Yeah, like you just put a big body down to serve as a blocker. Why not start hitting them?
Yeah.
But it basically, I think it was like if I didn't have that entangling vines, that attack probably would have been decent.
Yeah.
It's just that you definitely would want to play around entangling vines there. Anyway.
Okay.
So this doesn't play on 2, but it does. I don't think it's enough for the way we've been winning games, even though it has everything we want power-wise. Like, I think this deck has proven itself to be fairly good. It's obviously always a risk, but...
yeah.
Like, I don't think we would have been able to do anything with that solid power base there is the biggest thing. Like, not playing until 2 hurts. Now, granted, not playing until 4 is also going to hurt.
Yeah, we're not playing at all.
Not playing anything ever
We're not
also
playing
hurts.
at all. It sucks, but yeah, okay. That's good.
So, probably throw away the Storm Links here.
Or the Bright Mage Paladin because we don't have justice.
Well, we do.
Oh, we can draw it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
we've basically we're set on influence
see.
except for the double.
Yeah.
Does this deck even have double time anymore? I've lost track.
I can't remember if we took that out.
It's also, they are slow playing this like a motherfucker right now.
That's good for our Bright Mace.
Yep.
We do like a shield in our boy.
Indeed. Alright. You were playing that card that exists. You are absolutely living your best life right now, I gotta say. Alright, God, it's like, do I just trade this in? I don't think I need to. But then again, they could play something else that's larger next turn, and clearing the board would probably be not that bad of an idea there. There's also just entangling vines to keep that going in. That's interesting. I think I will.
The vines, yeah.
I think I will take the trade here. So this is mostly, I want to keep the board as low as possible because Bright Mace Paladin is currently stuck on the ground.
Yeah.
Be redeemed.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but...
And I paid 4 to get those 2, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, this is a bad spell in all contexts, but in draft especially.
So do we make him bigger yet, or do we just hold on to that?
I think I actually grab a snowball here if they don't entrap me, which is the other thing. If they play entrapment, then I'll take that. Like, they had 5 power up there. It would be pretty greedy to throw out the Linebreaker shield with 1 unit on the ground.
Yeah.
This diversifies my threats. Ta-da!
Yep.
Mod's new. The Wild Rider or the Hail Shrieker, I don't know if the Hail Shrieker does anything. If they continue not being able to play literally anything, then Wild Rider gets kinda dumb.
Yep.
We also have the Linebreaker's Shield and Predator's Instinct to, like, fuck with anything. Power, please. Thank you. Alright, so now we're keeping this stunned for approximately 17 years. Because it doesn't have endurance yet.
Yeah.
This could also potentially just be a 3 power lead. Wow!
Okay.
Alright, we're in trouble now.
Yeah.
That, like, it's not even that, it's the 6 health they gained from that.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this deck, because it might actually work.
Okay, do we just
Yes.
vines them?
Yes. There will never be another turn to vines in this game. I probably Curator and don't even silence here, to be honest.
Yeah.
I guess I should have silenced this first and then played the Curator. I don't know if silence removes a stun or not, is the thing.
Oh, no, I have no idea. I wouldn't risk it.
Basically, yes.
That's quite enough.
Did you not play a third fatty?
That's quite enough.
Okay. Fascinating. All right, that's pretty good actually.
Yep.
Question here is, do I just remove this from the equation with this guy, or do I just keep attacking in?
At 12.
They're at 12, so every bit of damage counts. I think this guy is going to end up being a mini torch.
Put the Parma on your pallet?
No, not yet. I need to get rid of one of these with the Parma, basically.
Yeah.
When they're still up and they think they have a chance to block things. And I guess if I do put the Parma on, what does that give me? 5, 8, 9. 9 damage with the... Actually, that's coming up on lethal. I've changed my mind. Shit.
Oh.
Alright, well, we lose this one. Damn, they kept up power for the second one.
Yeah.
Damn!
Or bad, yeah.
Well, I mean, nah.
Yeah.
We're not dead yet, because they are at 8 health, and we haven't found our Elder's Feather yet. Them being back is an easy.
Yeah.
Those boys,
Safe
they're back in
They're
town.
back. They're big.
This is Elder's Feather or bust,
Together,
and
we'll
it may
find
just
the
be
path.
bust. That helps, actually. Nightfall is a lot of things for us.
Snowball, the deadly unit.
No. This is basically now the torch that's sitting in my hand. This is gonna get interesting. No, they're gonna continue to be a coward. It's fine by me. This is basically approaching Elder's Feather or
Feather or
bust.
bust, yeah.
And so far it is bust. And if we get the Elder's Feather, we win. Worth noting. Yeah, our win con is them nightfalling themselves 2 more times.
Yeah.
Don't think that'd do it, Chief.
Close them, but it doesn't ultimately help us. Oh, I can now block the 6/6. I mean, unless they have a trick, in which case we're blocked.
Ballsy. I like it. 7, 13, 15. Doesn't really make a difference.
Oh, we can put.
They would have also been able to do a
Oh, yeah. But
thing, and also that guy too.
Yep, no. Yep.
Damn.
Damn.
Damn, damn, damn.
Elder's Feather or bust.
And we busted. Man, yeah, the second entrapment is what won them the
Or
game
like
there.
flyer units.
Yeah, also any of our Teriax hatchlings and the flyer
units.
guy,
We
like,
have Rotorcycle.
man, we had so much.
We have everything. Yeah.
Good night, Vince.
Yep.
All right, that draft went pretty well
Went
overall.
pretty well.
This was a really good game here
Yeah.
too. So that was all pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Glad we had a ton of viewers. Glad we were able to put a show on for the ton of viewers that we had.
Mm-hmm.
So 7-2, 5-3. I will take that any day.
Yeah, sometimes you go for lethal and they have the entrapment.
Yep. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about the 5 power or the 4 power they were holding up there.
Yeah.
I think it wouldn't have mattered. I think like them having the second entrapment was just us losing the game.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah, what can we do? They have
So I
big
don't
boys
think
on
we
the
could have
game.
played around
Yeah.
it. Like basically our window was closing, and in most cases, especially after we had already forced the entrapment out of them, we would have actually gotten across the finish line, you know? Like, I already knew they didn't have an entrapment in their hand, or, you know, like, that I had pulled an entrapment out of their hand.
I didn't expect the second entrapment.
The dino absolutely
dino, yeah.
saved them. Like,
Yeah.
they were down at 7 health, and I had 3 damage
if they
in
hadn't
hand.
had that 6 health, we would have snowballed them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, there were so, like, basically the amount of stabilization they got there was absolutely wild. Alright, so there we go. Get a bunch of dust to kind of help my collection, which is good because I've been making a bunch of random legendaries for decks lately. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Made it to not too bad, draft 68 there. Especially because we were, what was it, gold? We were silver,
We were
like
silver,
we were way
yeah.
up silver at the start of this, but
Yeah.
7 win and then most of the way up gold feels pretty good for my first 2 drafts of the month.
Alright.
Anyway, Leo90910, thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow.
All of you are super awesome. Thank you again, Grimfan, for the raid.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you everyone who shows up all the time anyway.
Yep.
We play cards on Fridays. Tomorrow we'll be doing a
special stream. An unscheduled
probably
stream.
in the evening.
Yes, it'll be an evening stream. We're busy in the afternoon.
Mostly of a game we've just been playing for the Platinum lately, and we figured it'd be a fun time
If you follow
to...
us on Twitter, you know we've been playing it, and we're gonna have a special run of it.
A run that may elide all of the plot of it.
We're gonna eliminate all the cutscenes. It'll be great.
It'll be great.
And then, of course, we're back on Sunday with FF12, as usual.
Yep.
So we'll see you then. Okay, here we're gonna host someone on.
Ah, yes, we should
We
do
should
that.
totally,
We should
yeah,
look
for
up
some cards.
Eternal.
We need to pass.
Keep
we
people
got,
going.
Yeah, we got people going. We might well, pass them on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's us currently.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. May just pass it up to the next person who is Platypus King.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will see you all later. Hopefully they're not racist. Fingers crossed.
Your fingers crossed.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.